Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to me! Yes, that is right, I'm here. Hello everyone, hope you are doing a great day today. We're just going to dive in with some Space Engineers and just see where we can go. So, here we go. I'll give you the quick tour around of what we got so far. Not much, frankly. We've got our main little installation here. Don't mind that, that thing is an abomination through and through. But yeah, so we're currently established ourselves here. We've got a couple of scripts rooms, so we are on our own multiplayer server. This is the Holy Bridges server. And if you're probably honest, we're just going to crack on and get some stuff done. And just do that. Got any questions, got anything, just ask. I'm just going to be playing this with a bit of music in the background, probably not going to be talking too much. But that is the shtick, as they say. Not too much has been done in here. Right, what do we need? Doors. Construction costs small tools, basically just going to bring another full road in. Shit that we need. Just going to head back and get that out. Well, they just be talking and saying what to do. So yeah, this abomination I've nicknamed Hightower. If you've ever seen the film Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the opening start, where the Earth is destroyed, it reminds me of this, frankly. It's ugly as hell, but it has a purpose, and the purpose works. It works. Trust me. Did my assemblers produce everything I wanted them to? Yes. They did, just not produce some of the other items down, which I'm fine with. Right, let's jump into our ship and just manoeuvre those items over. So load into there, load into there, so we've got 1,000. Pretty much, yeah. So a lot of storage space left. I'll tell you what I'm going to do before I go. I'm going to build another large cargo, because it's starting to run out of space. That thing's great, but it brings in a lot of resources, which I ain't complaining about. But the problem is, because this is our temporary installation area, it's how it goes. It is not what we set out to do, but until we establish our other area, we sort of have to deal with this to an extent. I know you've got them. I don't know why it does it sometimes. Wait, actually, wait, do we not actually have the interior plates? Really? Let's make 5,000 then. I thought we had them. Somewhere. Yeah, they're just getting made. That's what's happening. We'll see what happens. There we are, done. Something not off. And then what we'll do as well is connect it. And then a lot of items should be able to go into there, which I'm very happy with. So let's get back to this. Everything into there for now. Apart from stuff we sort of need. I could take all that back, but I know we don't need it. Need them. Let's head up. So yeah, it's the first time you get to see my beautiful face. Well, unless you watched last night, then you can see something else. But we'll leave that for Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Let's bring those more motors. Any small loads of that. Let's just have a proper look. Just fill the rest up with steel plates. I know we will need them at some point. Right, let's go. This thing's sluggy when it's full. So we've got a few ship types that we've got here. We've got the one to my right now, the large grid, that was our starter ship that we got. The one here, the Juliet, that is our own built and designed ship. PMCN, PMC standing for Phalanx Moon Corps. I say Solutions. Sorry, the name Phalanx is from an old Milsim unit that we were a part of, which was Phalanx Military Solutions. PMS was our short name for that, which was a lot of fun, to be fair. Unfortunately, Arma 3 is a bit of an awkward game, and I know myself, and if anyone here watches Major Rice, we're both in the same unit. Ooh. Dink. Screw it. Turn the engines off. Let's just grab everything we got in here. So I think we need as many of them as I can get. Yeah, so that's where the name comes from and everything we're on the moon. So we've got there's a few other people elsewhere around the universe here. A couple of our people that we know are signed up on Earth, which is right next to us. One, I know Major Rice, he's started on Alien World. We have another one of the people on here who started in an asteroid belt. And we have the Raging Narc with PD and a few others. That side, we believe they're on Mars, but they're not exactly telling us. But that's our guess, is they're on Mars. But we still don't know 100% now. So I'm a bit of a detailer when it comes to this game. I love detailing it. Unfortunately, the current base that we've got is a bit... Shit's not the word, just we haven't really done all with it yet. But we're going for like a mount. We're going for a what's the word I'm looking for? Crater. We're going for a crater base. So we've got main entrance here. We're going to put quite a bit up there. Plateau these areas out and plateau this area up here as well. I think there's additional landing pads, and we'll just see where we'll go to. We've got multiple other areas. We can advance to, but at the moment we're just building on. We've got the Raging Indie, otherwise known as Cam. He is our main worker person. He knows the layout of the base is going to be and where we're going to be drilling in. I'm more of a detailer. I build the insides. I make it probably a little over the top in terms of what I do, because I'm like, oh, I want a green arrow and an X arrow to syndicate when people can do it. No one's gonna fucking do that. Who the fuck does that? But I do it because it makes me happy. And it's really weird. This is cargo hangar 1 airtight doors. And then what I do is I rename all of them that as well, then I'll hide them all. That's one thing I didn't do in the last base, is hiding stuff when I didn't need it. Rename it so I know what it is. It makes dealing with it much easier. and I'll just hide it from the actual roster. So, hold up, shell blocking terminal off. Perfect, hidden Kabushki. Don't have to worry about any of that. I'm still Cheers Space Engineers. There's still many things that I don't know. There's one thing I'm trying to do at the moment, which I saw someone on YouTube, I can't remember YouTube channels, like a little guide thing, and how to like improve stuff. And it was when someone used, they had a piston, not a piston, a rotor, and they had a sensor on it with gyros, and it would override the gyros, and it would track the player. So like they had this sign, and you would turn left, and it would turn to look at you, and you go to the other side, and it would turn to look at you. And I want to do that. And I've tried for a good few hours. I just haven't been able to work it out. And that's annoying. But the show must go on. And we've got other important things to do. It's more of a little vanity project, if you could say, that I'm more doing it for. So I'll see if that actually does anything, who knows? I probably should be doing that. I think I probably should be doing that. I've been drinking because I've recently had an attempt to have one of my wisdom teeth pulled out. And I said I had an attempt because it hasn't come out. Well, half it has. Unfortunately, it was a dead tooth and has... Wow! Thank you so much! Is it Halkan? Thank you so much, Halkan. Well, thank you for the raise. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am I am extremely... Wow, thank you so much, mate. Thank you. What brings you over here then? I'm not to like I don't know him, but I do like. Oh mate, that's cheers so much. Welcome. Okay, nice. Hello. We played anything fun? Oh, you gotta tell me what you were doing when you finish your stream. Oh mate, you got some right cool supporters. Nice. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. And thank you for the follow extremely much. Halkan, thank you. A Dusty Soul as well. Thank you so much for the follow. That should pop up. There we are. Oh, much appreciated. Ah, nice! Nice, we're playing on a private E whitelisted one. Thank you very much, Victor007. It's part of us with the Holy Rages. We're like a gaming group, and we've jumped onto it. We started this up a couple of days ago now, so we're doing it. Thank you very much, Nox83 Junior. No worries, take care, Halkan. Much appreciated for the raid, and thank you so much to everyone who has come over from his stream. I hope he was an amazing streamer. Definitely will have to check him out. But yeah, I'll give you guys the rundown of what I sort of said at the start. Is most of this time around we're just doing a bit of base work, not too much. I said we're in a faction, just a couple of us at the moment. Server at the moment is not really PvP based. It's more of an RP PvP sort of thing. There's rules regarding it, just so it's not a pain in the ass when you get offline raided. But this is the shit that we got so far. We're using Izzy's scripts for the solar panels here. We've got Izzy's storage management, although I need to go into details and have a look at that. In terms of ships, most of these are all ours, custom made, apart from that which is a respawn. I will take Hightower out, which is our miner here. It's an abomination of God, I tell you that now. But it works. It works really, really well. Yeah, screw it. Let's take it out now. I think it's empty. Need to do well. It's good to have mining rooms anyway. Just double check the storage. All clear. Let's go. This thing moves pretty quick compared to everything else. I tell you what, I might see if oh, still got some diving into it at some point, having a look at that damage. I might see if my friend Raging Rice is currently up for Raging Rice is, I will recommend him quite a lot as well. He's another streamer that streams in English and German, and he's currently on the Alien World, so if you want some wacky adventures, I highly recommend heading to him. You should be able to see him in the little bar of my channel, or if not, just type in, as his name suggests, is the Major Rice X. Just gonna jump on Discord, see if he's on there, get him into a nice little chat with us. Just give me 1 sec. Let's get him in. Get him on. Now this is your kind of mic. It's a good one. It is the front of God, I tell you that right now, Dustin. But it works. It works. Just needs to do a little bit of work. So I've actually used it a couple of times down here, as you can see by these square fucking holes. But it works. It works really well. I'm really proud of it. It's a very straight structure, I think is the word to use. But as I said, it works extremely well, although I've got funny feelings I'm just going to blow up. Here we go. Take around 2. You get about I think in the large container you can get about 1 million stone. Keep an eye on that number at the bottom. I think that's, we get to about 8. 2 9, yeah, that's about full. Luckily we're on the moon, so it's wait, I'll show you the the holes that we've got down here. It's effective, I'll tell you that. It is very effective at its job, especially with the design of the bottommost one being the furthest just out. Works really well, and I'm extremely proud of it. But it's goofy as fuck. So goofy. I love it though. What it reminds me of is, if anyone in the chat has seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it reminds me of those construction ships that you get at the start of the film that come around to the Earth and blow it up. This is what it reminds me of. If you didn't have the stupid hydrogen array at the top, this would literally be one of those ships that you would find being controlled by the bureaucratic nation. Yeah, exactly. Great film, by the way. It's hands down one of the best British comedies I think I've seen in a film. Definitely in my top 10, 100%. Love it. It's brilliant. Right, let's get this thing. Oh, I'll probably have to dive in and look at that damage at some point. The best thing about it is, at least we're using a mod that is tiered thrusters. I can't remember exactly which one it's called. I'll know the mod when I pull back up and have a look. But it makes it so much easier with objects like this, because we're using tier 3 thrusters out of the tier 4 thing. God knows how many normal hydrogen thrusters I'd need to get the speed that I had. There we are, connected. It is Entech, one of Entech's mods. Really good mod this, because we're using currently the tier 3 hydrogen, which is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right. Yeah, other than that we've just got basic ships. We've got what I call the Worm, which is the bog standard low grid man that we got. This was our first ship that we built as a quick miner. Then we kind of sort of converted it crappily, I say, to a welder. But the connection ports aren't connected properly, so we have to sort of move stuff by hand. Just grab some O2. And this I love. I've never really used scripts before, so this is the first time using it. I just love Izzy's scripts. This is not an endorsement, but it is. They're good. I'm a shit engineer. Hands down, I'm a shit space engineer. So this just makes my life a hell of a lot easier. It's brilliant. Right, let's go crack on with some construction. The one thing I wish this area was a bit more flat. I love rovers. I love building them. I had one back ages ago before there was a blue. I want to say blueprint white because I swear I had it as a blueprint and I don't have it anymore. Anyway, I called it the Mammoth because it was just this. It was a 6-wheeled high. Was it the large wheels? Wasn't it? I think it was like 3x3 wheels. I think I used, and it was just bloody tall. And I just slapped about 8. I think I had like 9 drills on it. And I just like made it like into a partial tunneler because I just sent it down into this tunnel. A couple of times where it was awkward to pull it back out again, and I had to pray to climb a couple of times that I wasn't gonna yeet myself into the rock. But it was a fucking beast of a machine. Absolute beast. I just wish I could have it now and just redo it. Probably can build it again because it would simple as hell. It was just literally I've got some old pictures that I took of it, and I think if I remember it was like connector with a couple of mediums, then it had a couple of large, couple more mediums on top of that. Just connected up with I think like I don't think I had an O2 display for Live on Earth. But one thing I remember I had to do with was set up it with wheels. So that it would raise and lower because the connection port sometimes was higher than my base one, and sometimes was lower, so it was a bit of a pain in the arse, shall we say, like not wanting to connect the room. We have some good chips. Really, I'm really proud of this chip design here. It was a combination of me and one of our guys working. I did the main hull, whereas he worked on these engine pods and this customized landing gear at the back, which I really love. I think it works really, really well. At least this has taken my mind off it. My mind off the wisdom tooth I had partially pulled out. Been referred to the bloody hospital for it as well. That's how fucking bad it was. Went to the dentist. He tried to pull it out. He said, right, we're gonna try and loosen it up. He's like we're gonna try and loosen it up with so he jabbed me all around there with the needle to make it like sort of numb. And he's like, right, we're just gonna wiggle it through a little bit, just get it loose. So he does that, and then fucking half of it comes off, doesn't it? And then shatters into 3 pieces. And I was like, oh shit. So he's going, right, we're going to refer you to hospital for that one as well, because I'm being referred to for my lower wisdom tooth, as that's a bit too close to my nerve and I don't want to risk pulling that. So I can pull, although I'm sure some people in my friends list will say that would be a good idea. But yeah, so I've got that to look forward to. So I'll probably be eating little bits of my teeth for the next couple of days or so. Because it was a dead tooth. It was decayed and fragmented and fucked beyond belief. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, that I tell you. So we'll get these airtight doors done and to finish up that. But you go, I don't hate the dentist. I just not a massive fan of it. Yeah, the worst one for me is like when you get a filling and it's like you don't feel it, but you feel like with the drills, and it's like the most horrible. It's like you're in a house and the guys next door are doing drilling work into the wall, and you can feel the vibrations. That's what it feels like to get drilling. It's such a weird and horrible feeling, and I hate it just for that. Like it's not painful. It doesn't cause me any pain. It's just weird, and I never know how to like take that. It's like, is it good? Is it bad? Do I accept it? What do I do? Do I say AFK?
No.
No! How long have you been here for?
I don't know, quite a while.
You just been listening to me, you little shit.
Yeah.
I'm happy to join. Have you seen it?
Like-
Go on.
10 seconds after you wrote me the message, I was in the chat.
You little shit.
But yeah, nice stories.
Oh, you're welcome. Sorry, I was just passing the time with the stream because fucking legend known as Halkan raided me and brought in an absolute ton of support. So much from his followers over. Hi Bella! How are you doing? So yeah, I'm very happy with that. So I've just been telling more stories. They all love, quite a few of them love my my tower block ship. It's a good ship though. Oh, I'm doing well. I say I'm doing well, Bella. I went to the dentist today to have my wisdom tooth pulled out, and it didn't go to plan. So I've been referred to the hospital to get it done. Other than that, I'm alright. I'm not in pain. Doesn't hurt at all. It's just a bit of a farce to sort out. You get to see my base now, right? Don't you? You can watch the stream like, ooh, I'm watching the base.
Oh yeah, because I totally had your stream open.
How dare
Yes. What a nice base.
Hey,
Give me
who
a
knows?
second.
I've been recommending you to the people come over. It's like, hey, if you like the content, you know, look at this guy called Rice. You know, he streams it, and he's on the Alien Wolf, so you know you'll get content.
I actually just placed, I don't know, like 20 interior turrets all around my base and inside my base.
So there's just a constant war zone going on outside now.
Yeah, every like 5 minutes I hear da 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 da.
To take you back to the fields of Verdun. The machine guns. I really hope I've got to go to work tomorrow. I'm waiting back till Saturday as well. It makes me sad.
Don't be sad.
Nah. I sort of want Coleman and Cam to come on, and to see that like ship design that I've got, that big tower thing, and just be like, what the fuck have you done? Let me just get my battery charged up. Ooh. This is the first time you see my face anyway, Rice?
No.
Have you seen it before?
Yeah.
If I buy your webcam, will you turn your webcam on during streams?
I was thinking of getting one. I'm still not sure.
You should do it. Just so people go, that voice does not match that face. Look, when Babe showed us your photo, none of us believed it.
One of my photos is in the admin chat.
Yeah, I think if we've seen it, we're just like, fuck off. Like, that's not Rice. He looks 12.
Well, you're not wrong.
You look like Eminem if you was younger, like 12 years old.
Thank you. I guess.
Pasty white with blonde hair. Right, I just need a load of stuff now. Let's go for it. What music do you generally play during your streams, right? It's just any music, or do you play non-copyright music?
Usually, I used to do NCR only, but I got used to the music so quick, and I used it for like about a year, and I couldn't hear it anymore. So I just use any music I want now.
Do you ever get muted up?
My VODs get, but nobody watches VODs nowadays.
Fair. I've got NCS played just so at least it keeps the sound afterwards. Because the problem I find is if you want to, because I do YouTube as well. I don't want to get copyright straight on YouTube because that's big bad. Plus, as well, if I ever want to turn these videos into compilations or all, it sort of screws with it when half the audio is fucked. Don't get me wrong, I would love to play my normal soundtrack, which includes Sabaton. I would love to do that, but I can't. I really want to listen to that. There we are. Fucked up. Still tubes. I need Bait to come on. I need Indy to come on and like do more of the main base so I can build shit.
Oh, I did so much base building in the past hours. You wouldn't recognize it anymore.
No. Oh, I'm hungry.
Are you eating again?
Yeah, I've got Is that right?
Nice.
Plus, it takes my mind off the tooth.
Understandable.
Such a bloody pain. There we are. Right. That should be enough to finish. Common that they're doing satisfactory at the moment. I think the new updates come out, so I think that's what we're playing. So, making commands, so hopefully move it over there, goes back up to here, bring that up, pull that back actually and bring that up so I can put in some signs there. I should put one in there. Yeah, how do I put them? I'll think of something.
Will you?
I always do. Two doors. I spelled airtight wrong on that other one. That's going to drive me insane. Oh, that should be an easy way to do this. 60 seconds. Nice. Oh shit, that's off and off. There we go.
Look at that. What do you think of my panel wall?
What? From where?
Discord?
Oh, well. I like that.
I love
So
it.
you've got your faction flags at either side. You've got the weather, the time. Two sets of times actually. You've got digital and an analog clock, and then you've got like the bases, power supply. Why have you got an analog clock?
Because there's not many scripts that I could display as
Use
well. Like,
pictures. Do you know what I did in my old one? I showed you, didn't I? The propaganda wall that I had, where it was alternating between the two. If you set it where it changed images every like 20, 30 seconds, it's really cool. And there's oh, you don't have the sci-fi pack, do you?
no.
Do you have access to the sci-fi pictures or not? You might do. Well, not 100%. They might be free.
I doubt it. Wait out. Mm. Text and images. Sci-fi.
Do you have access to them? If you do,
Yes.
So, some of them are really cool if you pull them up. It's what I had in my last sort of port control area. I had them alternating between, and they were really nice, like properly nice.
Yes, but they don't fit into the color scheme over here.
Fair point. They're cool though, aren't they? They are cool how they work, I find.
I might do it somewhere just for you.
Just for me. Oh, thank you, Rice.
Anytime.
He's nice.
I wish you could do like one very big screen, like 2x2.
Another sci-fi pack has the like 3x3s on that. But I don't think we'll be able to get that one.
No.
There we are. That's the last set of hangar doors. It's not cargo hangar, it's cargo bay one, isn't it? Yeah.
Energy low.
Energy? Oh. Bait everyone's existence. Right, let's go. You have any more yeeting ships in Rice close to your base?
No, not really, to be honest. Haven't seen. Well, I get a marker here and then, but they don't come to me. Like yesterday's the last time I saw like a bunch of red. Like I had 11 enemies in a certain direction. 3 of them being tanks, 3 of them being frigates, and I'm like, fuck you.
Apparently Tom's been hit like constantly.
Yeah, yesterday was very bad for me as well. Like, well, not bad, but I had a planetary HQ defense whatever system building, and that just kept spawning drones and everything.
Ooh.
And that wasn't really easy to handle. Yeah, but I got rid of most of them, and now that despawned, I guess the server restarted and the everything despawned that isn't powered
Right.
by humans.
Yeah. sorted and done. So let's try to work on that area there. I can put more supplies.
Question.
Yeah.
To pressurize my base, I need to put down airlocks and
We don't.
and
You don't need airlocks. They're not required, but it saves a lot of problems. Because you could just have a full base of pressurized with one door to the vacuum outside. The problem is every time you open that door, it would depressurize the whole base. Then when you close them, you'd have to repressurize it all, and you would lose a lot of oxygen.
exactly.
So airlocks help mitigate that problem. Now you can set up an airlock where it will take the oxygen out before it opens the door to conserve oxygen, but most people tend not to bother. with
Okay,
that.
don't mind the airlocks. I already have them everywhere. To pressurize it, I need an oxygen tank and then a
Air vent.
yeah. I knew that.
And you have to make sure your base is fully sealed, as in there's no ways in or out.
Oh yeah, no
Voxels
worries.
will not seal.
Yep, hey Kevin.
Hello.
How's your base going along then, Kevin?
Bit ramshackle, but it's fully operational.
Have you seen
Large
my
cargo pit.
Have you seen my abomination of a drill yet?
No.
I'm streaming. If you have a look, you can see what I've nicknamed High Tower. And I'm guessing a man of your culture, you've seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I'm not familiar with Slightly Bad First.
Oh, it's such a good film. Oh, well, anyway, you can see.
Of course, I know about Slightly Bad First if I didn't watch it.
Oh, shit, BT Storm.
The original one, not the
Yeah,
fucking
the-
abomination from the second one.
No, the first one with Martin Freeman.
No, that's the second one.
Was that the second one? That was the first one.
Yeah. First one was, whoa, way back. It had Peter Davison, who was one of the doctors. There's the pig at the cafe at the end of the universe.
Oh.
And what was his wife's name? She had a really annoying voice. Sandra Dickinson.
Well,
She was in it as well.
See, I love the second one. For me personally, I like the cast, I like the comedy.
Well, the cast and comedy, yeah, but Marvin was actually portrayed differently from the original in the second one. I mean, one of the common ones of people who've actually seen it will go, "Life, don't talk to me about life. Brain the size of a planet and you ask me to pick up paper."
I just love the with the cast. Oh, who was it? The cast for it? The cast. What's his name now? Played Hans Gruber and played Snake in.
Alan Rickman.
Yes, because they cast him as it, didn't they? And he was just a perfect fit of the depressing robot. It was great. Such a good casting choice. But yeah, if you have a look at my stream, you can see this abomination of a large base miner. That is literally, I've nicknamed it High Tower, and you can call it a tower block.
Yeah, that's
It works.
It's actually effective. It's an abomination through and through. But it works.
yeah, and I like the should I say the hemorrhoid on the back?
Oh, the abomination of the
thrusters. Yeah. The
I
thruster
went with that
hemorrhoid.
because I wanted to keep it. I didn't want any thrusters to jut out over the side just in case I needed to go further down. Not that I ever have done, but it's an option. And I was worried that if I moved the thrusters off to the side by one block, it might catch and break them. So I've tried to keep it all in like the 7x7 grid.
Yeah.
But the only way to get them pointing down is I need a 3-block gap with that to not blow up my top part. So it's the best option I could have gone with.
Yeah, sounds
It's
good.
ugly as old, but it works really, really well. I'm sort of proud of it. No one else has seen it there. Yeah, my base. So I'm waiting for their response of, that looks ugly as fuck, and my response is going to be, well, you fucking do something. $5,000.
Can't believe I've had a fucking meteor storm
Can't you?
while I was offline as well.
Has it screwed anything over?
My solar panels.
Ooh, how bad.
Fortunately, I've got uranium.
Got lots. Ooh, still though it hurts. Alright, 500 of them. I'll take 1,000 of that. That's what that works.
Need to put a gun up to target meteors.
400 of them. 300 glass. Let's go 500. Best thing at the moment is at least I'm not having to worry about resources anymore. 'Cause
Yeah.
I just do one run in that miner and I get 2 million of like mix of stone and iron, which will keep me going. So I'm very happy with that. Good enough there. What am I missing? Displays. Oh, girders. That's what I need. I made like 1,000 of them. What are they? That's 40. One. One. No, we have to actually do glass now. Let's throw this.
Ah, I'm an idiot.
We know that.
Tell us something I know now, Rex. Come on.
I forgot to connect the oxygen tanks to the containers.
How's your poopy system going as well, Rice?
Oh, you will be surprised. I made a very big toilet now.
Is that for your big ship then? Or your big shit, should I say?
Basically any ship. By the way, I blew up my big ship by accident.
How did the grinder one? Yeah.
Yeah. I was building on the base and I accidentally snatched off the connecting part of the connector to the ship.
So you
Does
said
it
the one
didn't-
block that sort of split the ship in half.
Yes, because it fell down like 10 blocks or something, whatever the height of my base is. Yeah.
See, that's why I always I try and say that if you're doing a ship that's going to be sort of important and might be bashing around you, you put some armor around it. That's why my tower, I could have made it a skeleton, but I just know like one thing breaks and it just fucks everything up. So cake things in armor ice.
Head tricks.
Yeah.
I can breathe now.
Oh, you got oxygen.
Yes.
Good for you.
Now I just need to pressurize every part that makes sense to be pressurized. If that makes sense.
Yes. No. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Wait.
Good
Oh
one.
no, I'm an idiot.
You've come to this revelation, what, twice now in the last 10 seconds?
Yep, only an idiot will say that.
Forgets he's an idiot, continues to call himself an idiot. Love it. What have we done this time then, Rice?
Well, the basement part of my building, my base, is still work in progress, and not everything was walled off. I can seal it with my airlocks, yes. That's basically where my refineries and assemblers are. I don't need to go there at all, but like one wall isn't built. And I just went... well, I almost died, but that's okay.
You almost died. How many times have you died this time around, Rice? Because you've died a lot more than last time we were on the server.
Oh yeah, I did. I don't know, can I see that somewhere?
I don't think he has a death meter.
Not as I'm aware of.
Well, I died at least 8 times yesterday to one base that just kept spawning fucking arrowhead ships, basically small drones.
You need to
with rocket launchers.
start killing them.
Well, the problem is I only had small grid ships, and one rocket will basically always take out the hydrogen tank.
So put machine guns on it.
Put armor blocks round.
It was my armored fighter, only heavy armor. One rocket took the hydrogen tank out.
Well, that sounds like a new problem.
Yes.
Good. That'd be good.
I can breathe in my base. I wasn't able to breathe in so long. Fresh, deep pressured air.
But
I just can't open that door.
I'm still quick open that door, Rice.
Well, if I open that one, I can't breathe anymore.
Given you all know, explosive decompression, is that still a major thing in this game or not? Can't
No.
remember. Yeah, it's such a shame. What's that word?
You still get the particle effect, but at one time it used to really suck you out.
I remember
but
that was so
no,
cool.
doesn't.
Because you can actually you could work that's the advantage, because you could blow out the air of the ship and just catapult the crew out.
Yeah.
It's a shame because I will rave on about this every time I stream this game. Is The Expanse such a good TV show? Because in that series there's no shields, so what they do in preparation for a battle is they take all the air out their spaceship. So if it were to get hit and a bullet were to go through it, it wouldn't cause an explosive decompression of the oxygen.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a little stuff like that is you wouldn't expect from TV shows. Like you see Star Trek or you see Star Wars, it's yeah, what happens, if just a little hole. It goes boom, bye bye.
They do the die.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary about going to the bottom of the Mindanao Trench.
Oh, the Marianas.
Yeah, sorry, Marianas Trench.
Yeah.
I always call it Mindanao Trench, the Marianas Trench.
Oh,
And they were showing the submersible that went down.
yeah.
The thickness of that bloody window was unbelievable. I mean, some people got walls thinner than that bloody glass, for the house.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it was quartz or something like that. And they sent it down on a test run before, obviously, you send squishy things down. And there was a leak in the window. And they took it down. But when it went down, it leaked inwards. And when they brought it up, it didn't leak outwards.
Oh.
So all the gas inside had been compressed so much going a bit nerdy, Boyle's Law. If pressure is inversely proportional to volume, they had a 2-inch, 50cm drain tap on it. They opened that up, and I'm not kidding, it was a fire hose coming out of it for a few minutes. Coming out of there, it had filled it up literally to the brim. And I work with compressed air. To give you context, in your car tyres about 30 psi ish, give or take 1 or 2. The compressors that I've dealt with gas, 4,500 psi. So there's quite a lot of gas in there, and it's frightening. And to see these guys draining the internal with all this water, I can't for the life of me think of how much pressure is then down at the bottom. It's unbelievable.
That's incredible. Terrifying, but incredible.
And when we get people coming to our place and they start stripping hydraulic rams down and things like that, we keep telling them, when you're working with the hydraulics, make sure you bleed all the air out. Hydraulics are not compressible. Air is. So if you don't bleed that and you start pressurising it to pressure test it, we're going up to about 3,000 psi in our pressure tests on a regular basis. And if you get a failure at 3,500 psi, it's just going to go pop. Give you an example, we had one the other day that popped at oh god, what was it, 7,500 psi. We was going up to 10,000 psi with this ram. It popped at 7,500 and it just went bang, spread a little bit of oil out, that were it. And if you used to do that with air in it, to put it into context, you've got a litre bottle with 10 bar in it, which is a normal compressor. Increase that to 2 litres, you're still at 5 bar. Increase it to 4 litres, you're still at 2.5 bar. Increase it to 8 litres, you're still at 1.25. You're now at 8 litres and you've still got pressure in it from your original 1 litre. You get to 10 litres from your original 1 litre, it's still at 1 bar above atmosphere. So you're still at 14.7 psi. So for you to get that down to, you know, we're talking safe pressures. You're talking hundreds of litres from that 1 litre. Here's the thing, you know when you see roofs blow off with the wind, do you know what pressure actually takes a 2-ton roof off a house? About 2 psi.
2?
Yep. I'll tell you something that we used to do. I used to work for, before I worked for this company now, I used to work for the AA. You're British, aren't you? UK. Yeah. So you know the AA. And we had a vehicle that somebody had nicked the wheels. And you know the old adage of leave it on brakes?
Yeah.
These fuckers didn't even leave the brakes. It was left right on the bottom, so we couldn't put a jack underneath it to lift it up. Now anybody can go up to the back of their own car, stick the hand over the exhaust and literally stall your car. There's that little pressure behind. Alright, you've got to shove it a little bit, but you can do it. We had a bag that you stick underneath the car and it literally is just like a little airbag. Slide it underneath, connect it to the exhaust, and its own exhaust will lift the car up. But yet you can stop it with your hand. The thing is, you're on a small area with your hand, size of an exhaust pipe. This thing is putting that pressure over the whole of the bottom of the car, and it can lift itself up. The fire brigade do it with wagons. They just put an airbag underneath it and blow it up with, you know, just ordinary 2 or 3 psi air. Get a piece of cardboard about 4 foot square, about a metre square, and when it's windy, hold it in front of you and try and stand up. Because of the surface area, you ain't gonna do it.
Oh. How are you coming along then, Rice?
Yes.
Okay. Good talk. So are you working on a big ship then, Kevin? Or
Not just yet. I'm getting myself a little stash of resources. I've just got to find platinum. Then I'm hot to trot because I found uranium, gold, silver, etc., etc. Just got to find a little bit of platinum, market, and then I'm gonna build a expanded base. And what I might do is attach my base with 1 block to the asteroid, but make my base into a ship. So as soon as I'm done, just cut the tether and off ski I go.
That's actually a really good idea. Should we cut with the asteroid just turn into a kinetic weapon?
Oh yeah, but the thing is, the amount of times I've dug into an asteroid and I've been flying around it and there's been one little pixel of a voxel, bang, your ship will go because the voxel ain't gonna move.
Well, that's what's been lagging the server. If you beat, you know, when it's like turns into a slideshow,
Yeah.
it's because a ship has crashed onto Rice's planet. And
Well,
missed-
funnily enough, I've not had it up here. I've got the odd tiny rubber band, and I mean tiny, but no, nothing
I've
really.
had no lag. It's more voxel based, like where the ships hit the ground. Just
Yeah.
crashed into the ground. When you encounter it, you'll know you've encountered it.
Yes.
So Rice is doing literally as a favour, get rid of them all, but you know, also helps him the fact that he's profiteering quite heavily off of it as well.
Yes.
You say that so easily, I still spend a ton of time, like, grinding all these down.
Do you have a problem with doing any of that, Rice?
Sometimes, yeah, because I thrust into the blocks of the ships and blow myself up.
But that's only because of your incompetent piloting.
True.
I am right. Once again. I wonder if Indy's gonna come on tonight. Doubt it this time, to be fair. I know Coleman's currently at home with his other half.
Can I put a vent on a container?
Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as your conveyor systems convey it up to your gas line, it goes through the conveyor system, no problem.
yeah.
Oh,
He doesn't need a specific pipe.
well, that is making a lot of things easier.
I built a ship, and I put a shit ton of refiners in this one room, and you've got to balance it just right. And I actually put in, on top of these refiners, an air vent to pressurise the room. Now the room was about 3 or 4 blocks higher than the refiners, the large refiners. So I got space to put these. Now round the back of it, I'd actually hidden another set of vents, but put them on to decompress. So the vents on top of the refiner were constantly chunking out steam, smoke, so it looked like the refiners were actually steaming.
What was that again?
It's good. It was put a vent on top of the refiner because you've got an access port on top of the refiner, and just have it as a normal vent. But round the back of it, where you cannot see, the equal amount put in another vent on decompress. Of course, what it's doing, one's filling, one's sucking. So you get that misting effect from the top of the refiner. I mean, you can do the same with an exhaust pipe, but this thing, it's a lot smaller block.
I don't know how big is the exhaust block over
And
there.
if you get enough of them in the room, it looks like a foggy room when you go in.
I'm more gonna. I
Yeah.
think they're more useful for what is it? It's making like smoke towers and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they were designed for, personally.
You can also set them to power usage. So if your base is just idling over, there's hardly any smoke and fire coming out of it. But if you've got a high power usage, it kicks in a bit, like a normal exhaust would. I've done that. So when you dump a load of stone into your refiner, poof, this thing kicks up.
To be fair, that might actually work quite well for ours, although it only has an underground base, so it might not work as intended. Just make that look a bit nicer. Yeah, there. And that. Very good. Perfect. Right, where was I? What my pocket juices? 1, 2, 3, 6. But no, right now. Can't bring that back. No.
Hey, Furry, you look a lot better without your head on.
I know, it looks good, doesn't it? Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Don't get me wrong, I love wearing it, but I need to get a better system of ear listening.
Can you not try your phone earbuds, that type of thing?
I have what are these? I use like these sports earphones in them, but they were, because there's not a lot of room inside, it was pushing up against it.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of doing that, but I think I need some better ones.
Here's an interesting thing for you. Look for motorcycle helmet intercom.
Motorcycle.
They do. Yeah. I've had intercoms in various helmets I've had. And the speakers for them are really, really small, thickness wise. They give you decent sound quality, and you can get them with just a normal barrel jack. Was it 3mm jack? Your small headphone jack.
Yeah.
And
See you, Rice.
I
They-
will just restart. Be right back.
they have a Velcro on the back, so you could stick them on the inside of your hood, head, lid, whatever you want to call it.
Not too bad, no.
I mean, I used to have them on the inside of mine, and I'd be driving down the road with, music going, and you stop at traffic lights and you're bopping your head away, and people give you a really funny look. Because in a car, you expect a radio to be there, but you don't expect the radio to be on the back.
We've got to be able to communicate somehow to other people.
Oh no, I mean, like Radio 1 or,
Oh yeah,
Hits Radio.
Honestly, there's so much technology out these days that, sort of do whatever you want.
Yeah, some is good, some is bad.
Yes.
And some is just downright fucking stupid.
Weird. Some real weird stuff out there as well. Right, where was I? Let's get rid of this.
Inventory full.
CD, was it a 3x3?
Energy low.
There's one technology that the Americans use, but we don't use it over here. And that's I think some call it a growler, a rumbler. And some of the emergency vehicles, when they've got the siren going, they have an extra siren
Oh!
that only does the bass sounds. And what it does is, apparently, if you've got your radio going, it can penetrate through that, and you get that feeling to make you go, shit, what's all that? Then you prick your ears up and you hear the siren.
From what I hear, it's really bad in the States. For the most States, like, I've been watching videos out there where you will have drivers cut up an ambulance or a fire engine and then flip off the driver of the vehicle when they've got the lights on.
Oh, I was out on a blue light run, two of us on bikes.
Oh yeah, when you did blood bikes, weren't you?
Yeah, we went up to a roundabout. He was in front of me, and we are on the counterclockwise to him. So we are to his right. And just in case you've got any international on your stream, on a roundabout, we give way to the right. So he is to our left, we have priority, he gets on the roundabout, I'm at the back of him, lights and sirens going, what's he do? Pull out between us.
Sounds about right. Was it a BMW, by the way, or a Mercedes?
I was too busy looking at the driver's face and, going, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, fortunately, it was a training run. But we could have quite easily been on a run. And, somebody's life is at stake with, if we're on a blue light run, it's life critical.
Yeah, because it's quite funny because not many countries have double bikes. We're quite unique to have it, aren't we, over here?
Yes. When I started with a couple of other guys setting up the Northwest Blood Bikes, there was only one down in Oxford, one in Yorkshire. You had Serve down south, Service by an Emergency Rider Volunteers. You've got the White Knights in Yorkshire, and I think there was one or two others. We started Northwest up for the whole of Lancashire and Lake District. Because we're such a big area, we had people like from Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, and it's now gone over there. You've got Serve Scotland, and I believe there's Australia starting to do it as well. Because of its success. They're all volunteers.
Yeah.
They're doing it free of charge. A lot of them, certainly in the UK, are doing it on their own bikes. They're paying for their own fuel. Just out of the goodness of their heart that they're doing it. So,
It's really good.
cheeky little plug. If anybody wants to support a charity, consider your local blood banks.
So for those that don't know, those that may be outside the UK, or those that might not be in the know, the blood bikes in the UK essentially are they're an emergency service, but they're not. They are qualified blue light runners on motorbikes generally, but you do have issue cars, and they generally transport blood and organs to and from destinations. So say, for example, I'm sure you can back me up on this, Kevin. We'll say one of the hospitals around me. We'll say Leeds General is requesting a heart because they have somebody who needs a heart transplant. You get a call, right? There's a heart down in East Midlands. You've got to then drive that up essentially, or something similar. Would it be on the right lines there?
Yeah, well, what we've done in the past, there is reports over the internet, and we're very open about it. There's one that actually came from, I believe it was Oxford, needed to go up to Yorkshire, and it also involved 3 blood bank groups. Because you don't expect a guy from Oxford to come through Leeds to go up to Yorkshire to get to a particular hospital. The guy from Yorkshire knows where he's going, so he'll hand it over to somebody from the local area, and all that is coordinated by your coordinators. But let me just give a bit of a cheeky sales pitch to yourself of the side that nobody ever hears about. The way that I give it across to people, do you know anybody that's had a blood transfusion? The majority will say no. Do you know anybody that's had a premature baby? Yeah. Did they have donor breast milk because the mother wasn't lactating? Because it was premature and she weren't ready to lactate to feed the baby? That comes from donor milk bank. We also transport that. To put it into context, a litre of milk from your local supermarket will cost, what is it, £1? £2?
Something like that.
Yeah, thereabouts. A litre of breast milk costs over £115 before transportation. It's very expensive, very nutritious for the kid. That's why they try not to use formula powdered milk. It's got all the goodness in it, the hormone, all that. I don't know the ins and outs of it, I just know it's good for them, and we transport that as well between milk banks free of charge. We had Preston to Chorley. That is about 15 miles apart, maybe 20, going on 20. And at night, the blood transfusion service doesn't run a normal service. And if you wanted to run a sample of spinal fluid for meningitis from Chorley up to Preston, a taxi company would charge them £55 to take that one little test tube up. I did it for free from Wigan, where I live, up to Chorley, picked it up from Chorley, took it to Preston, then went from Preston, and they said to me, can you drop it down at the head office in Liverpool? I started at 9 o'clock at night, I finished at 1 o'clock in the morning, on my own bike, my own fuel, my own time. And I didn't ask for anything in return. A lot of the riders have actually used the NHS at some degree, and they want to give something back.
That's the great thing about it.
You don't have to be a rider, you can be a fundraiser, you can be call centre person, so you're just picking up the phone from hospital, ring the rider up, can you make a pickup, drop it off for me, and there's loads of jobs that you can do.
See, that's the thing is I love supporting local stuff like that. I love military, I love the emergency services. They will always have my respect and my heart constantly, and it's one of the things I do love to support and say, yeah, these guys are great. And it just warms my heart when shit like this happens, essentially, because it just shows that there is people out there who do the right thing, who do good things because it's right.
Not all bikers are on pocket rockets screaming their tits off.
No, there's a lot of good people out there on bike. I know a couple of bikers You know, don't get me wrong, there's arses here and there, but there's arses in every sort of vehicle unless it's a BMW or Mercedes, then it's 99%.
Yeah.
But,
Can I-
go on.
Can I just give a quick FYI to everybody? Certainly, if you're in the UK, if you are in the vicinity of an emergency vehicle, you hear the sirens or whatever, and it's going to cross your path, for God's sake, do not slam on.
Oh god.
They are trained to go around you. If you crash into another person, somebody runs up your ass, whatever they're doing, you're not actually involved in that emergency vehicle. It has to stop. And if that person that's relying on that vehicle or house has to get replaced by another one, because it's what they call a proximity crash. If he'd have not been there, you would not have crashed. And he has to stop. So don't slam on.
Yeah, myself working in the bus industry, we were told from day one and to, if you know the emergency vehicles come behind you, plan ahead. They will work around you, because at the end of the day, we can't manoeuvre as well as the vehicle can. So we plan and we organise. The biggest thing that pissed me off as a bus driver was, so like, I'd see like lights coming up towards me, and I'd see a traffic island, so I would stop before the traffic island to give that emergency vehicle if it needs to go on the wrong side of the road.
Which they're allowed to do.
Yeah. But the thing that pissed me was, as soon as I stopped, the vehicle's behind me, oh, the bus has stopped. Goes around bus. And I just look at them and think, I haven't got my indicator on. What the fuck are you doing?
Are you indicating left or right?
I don't indicate, I just slow down and stop gradually, like there might be traffic in front of me. I don't indicate at all when I'm when there's a vehicle coming towards me.
Right, yeah.
If it's right behind me, then I will indicate and pull over where I can to allow the vehicle behind me to move over. But when it's, because I've had instances where I've seen them coming up a road and traffic's chocker on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
I've slowed down to give that vehicle a chance to come around this traffic island that's coming up, because I know it's a fucking nightmare and it won't get through on the other side.
Yeah.
And then like 2 cars behind me just come around me because I've stopped, and they have to think, oh, the bus has stopped, I'm going to go around him. And I out my own, I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. And they don't see or hear the bloody sirens and
The
lights going.
The two of the most scariest times were at zebra crossings. When I've stopped for a zebra crossing, the kids are starting to walk across, and a car has come round the back of my bus, thinking I'm stopped at the bus stop. And I've had to slam on. I've had to slam on, wave me out the window, and scream at this person in this car. You know, screaming at them, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? There's people crossing. It's a fucking zebra crossing. Don't you fucking look. I haven't got my indicator on. Why are you coming around me? You know, and I went on a right and ranted at this person for it, and he sort of seemed like shrivel up, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand the mindset. People have this mindset of, with lorries, with buses, that I need to get round it. I don't care. I need to get round it. Even if I get round it and I get stuck in traffic and pass the bus.
Yeah, but what they don't realise is they can stop on a sixpence, you can't.
Oh, I've
Next thing, you're on their back seat when they slam on.
I had that happen to me in Bradford. And New Year's Eve, funnily enough, I hadn't had a crash all year. And I was driving down, and I was coming into the Great Horton Road area. If you know that area of Bradford, it's a bit of a pain in the arse to horrible drivers around there.
Drove through it, just keep my eyes shut while I'm driving through.
Yeah, just drive through and don't look. So anyway, I goes through, and I'm coming through to the Tesco's that's there. And I've done this route many times, you know. And as I'm coming, this black Mercedes is looking to pull right out of junction. So I'm coming down at 30 miles an hour, I'm coasting, foot sort of over the brake, ready to start slowing down if I need to, because there's some traffic lights on the corner, but I'm coasting at 30 on a single decker. And then this vehicle just pulls out in front of me and stops in my lane. And I just anchor on the bus and I still hit it. Luckily I was going about 10 miles an hour when I hit it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it wrote the car off, because it like dented all the right hand side doors. The driver's side door couldn't open properly.
Yeah, that would have twisted the chassis.
Yeah, and You know, the funniest part was the taxi driver tried arguing with me saying I was going too quick. And I looked at him like, yeah, whatever, mate, you fucking open one.
You on tacos?
No, not domestically. But we do have CCTV, and the CCTV ruled that I had 3 seconds from her pulling out onto the road to me being able to stop. And they ruled that there was no way that I could have avoided that crash. So, and I was more pissed off. It was an accident on my last trip before I broke up for 3 days off for New Year's Eve. And that's what pissed me off more.
Well, when I was learning, we used to have a phrase that nobody ever seems to know about it now. Only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. But that's when you're travelling behind someone. So your 2 second is your reaction time for anything that happens in front of you. Now you're talking about a stationary object in front of you, effectively, from your path of travel, and be nice again. You have then got to do your braking after that 2 seconds. No chance.
It takes roughly, I think, for us, we're expected to react within about a second and a half. So you get about a second to react, and then you've got like the rest to sort of hit on the stop. Now, buses we were taught 4 seconds. You want to be 4 seconds behind the car in front of you.
Yeah.
And people say, it's like when you get into argument with people, buses are really good brakes. No, they do. But Mrs. Miggins wouldn't agree when she ends up at the front of the bus, from the back of the bus, on the floor.
Yeah, you got big squishy things that move around inside.
Buses' brakes are great. Hands that they've got really good braking. The problem is why we can't emergency stop buses is because nobody's wearing a seatbelt on the bus. Maybe apart from the driver.
Yeah.
Which that really pisses me off that we've got to wear seatbelts when they've got seatbelts on the buses. It really irritates me. And it was just, honestly, there were so many idiots out there just don't know how to drive around with buses and just think that the buses are out to cause them problems. You know, at the end of the day, we don't want to be in anyone's way. We don't want to cause any issues. We want to get from point A to point B. We want to be, we want to help, not hinder.
You are the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if you ever encounter, it's like if we were to break down, we always try and get as way we can. If we break down, we get out, we try and, direct traffic around us. If there's an accident, bus drivers are some of the first people to jump out and say, like, hey, you all okay? I remember one incident in particular. Now, you're a biker, so you'll be able to give me some insight on this, Kevin.
Yeah.
There's a load of coming down from Hippo essentially, and it's a 50-mile-an-hour road that's like just connecting like two little 30s there, and there's a road traffic on right hand side because there's 4-way lights and it's stationary all over.
Yeah.
And a few of the, what cars do? The cars do, they turn around, don't they? And
Yeah.
And they turn around. And they don't
Without
look.
looking. Yeah.
There's a bike coming down, and I would hazard a guess he was doing about 40, 45. Straddling around the middle line, the white line sort of thing, coming down,
Yeah.
which, fair play, I'm not arguing. But I do think, for me personally, I think I was a little too quick, because the biker should have realised the fact that someone might have done something stupid, and someone did do something stupid.
Yeah. Advanced your riders around 20 mile an hour above max. So if you got stationary traffic, you're looking about 20 mile an hour. If it's doing about 10 mile an hour, you look about a maximum of 30 mile an hour. But you will always get the smidsy.
Yeah.
Sorry mate, I didn't see you.
So, what was happening? I was coming down, I was doing about 40 miles an hour on my bus, and I just see this white Audi. I see this bike coming down, I just see this white Audi pull out, and I see this biker sort of go, oh shit, hit his brakes. And I think it was of his own accord, sort of turned it off and skidding on the floor, pushed the bike forward. That hit the side of the car, setting off all the airbags in the vehicle, and then bike sort of hit backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, don't, honestly. I've been on buses and worked on them for 2.5 years. Had Carly, so forgive me, I'll say it, Carly. I rode a bus once, and will never again. There are some really special people on them. There are, and they sort of do make a day, but there's so many. The biggest problem for us is kids. Kids are the bane of our existence, and we fucking hate them. The special, you know, they're just an absolute pain in the arse. It's one of the reasons why I left my local bus company. I've left there now because it's getting to the point now where a bus is getting bricked every night. Or every month, should I say. Every month, one's getting bricked. Drivers are getting assaulted. You know, two colleagues of mine, one of them, he got his engine turned off by some kids, and our policy is, you stop, don't do all. Bus behind him pulls up, and driver gets off, comes up to him and goes, what's the problem, what's having a go? These kids, one of them punches in the back of the head when the driver's not looking. The one that's come on to help out, and then threw a coke can at his face, breaking his nose.
Just for doing his job.
Just for coming up to the other bus driver and saying, is everything alright? They did that. And our management, blind ignorance. Oh, there's not a problem. Oh, we're not going to stop running buses up there. Union won't do all because they're in bed with the company. So a load of drivers are jumping ship. That's why now there's a big bus driver shortage. It's getting to the point almost baggers wagons because you get all this abuse for £10 an hour.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't that come down to a duty of care? And
we have a duty of care.
Yeah.
We have a duty of care with kids. That not many people know, but like kids abuse that to hell, and we know they abuse that. It's like, you have a duty of care to take me home. Right? No. But we do officially have a duty of care for kids. Most of the schools and that, we have duty of care to get them to and from school. And we do we don't have an official duty of care, but we do try and look after our passengers as much as possible. But it was just it's just getting very, very toxic.
I was thinking more on the lines of duty of care from the employers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are actively sending me into hostile environment, which I'm not happy to do.
So yeah, so we would love that, Carly. So Carly said the driver's in secure compartment here. You pay with a debit or bus card, and you pay for the seat. So we've got something like that in London, called the Oyster system, where there's all it is now is debit or card. But up here, where I'm in Yorkshire, it's cash and card, so they can pay by cash, they can pay by card, they get the ticket.
Yeah.
They're trying to implement a Oyster-like system, but in the UK at least, I'm not sure if you're from the UK or all, all the bus companies here are private. They're all owned by companies wanting to make money. Now London have done a way where they've taken over the routes, but private companies still run the buses. But London Transport essentially says, this is how much you charge, this is where you go, this is what you do. Whereas up here,
Energy low.
although our council and our government, like local government, like, oh, can you do this, can you do that, the companies don't have to do it. They're sort of like, no, we won't do that. We'll do this or we'll do that. So there's no incentive. And we've said from all the drivers, we would love for the council to take over the bus company, because we would think it would be so much better, because we would run buses to the middle of nowhere. They would prioritise getting people from point A to point B. It's not money driven, whereas currently it is, and that's the problem. So that was my 2 cents anyway on the fact. But I'm out of that industry now. I do sort of miss it a little bit, but
Do you?
do you know what I did? It was there were some routes that you did it, and there were some lovely people that you met on it. One of my favourite routes was, there was a nice lady called Maggie, and she used to give every bus driver, every time she got on the bus, she used to give you a chocolate bar, and not like a little, little 5 brick thing. No, this was like the proper big, chocolate bars that you get for like birthdays and that.
Big Toblerone.
She the ones you get for £1, like the ones in the stores, like the dairy milk and the
Yeah.
galaxies and that. She'd buy one of them. So like every bus driver was like, oh, I really hope I get a, because you knew you were getting a chocolate bar. And it was just like the best thing. It was just it was just lovely, genuinely lovely.
As much as I would like that, I would like either not accept it or not eat it at all, because I don't trust humans.
There's a few people that you give you sweets and you sort of look at it and you think, no. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Has this been tampered with?
I don't trust humans at all.
96 an hour. It's £19.50 an hour for that. That is miracle money. I would go back to this job if they offered me £19.50 an hour. It's the problem is they're just not paid well. People see, and it irritates me. People see bus drivers as an uneducated job, and so like they try and claim £9.50 is fair. Like most companies will say, "Oh, we'll give you a 1% pay rise this year." 1% off of £10, it's not fucking worth it.
When cost of living's gone up 2%.
Yeah, it's stupid. And the biggest thing for me, especially for my company, was, "Oh, can I have this week off?" And they go, "No, because we've already given you your weeks off for this year. You take them when we tell you to. You can swap them with someone else, but they don't have to accept." It's like, right, but I want Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. Well, our work week goes from Sunday to Monday. So, right. Oh, Sunday to Sunday. So I've got 2 weeks off for that. Yeah. Oh, I can't do that. I've only got 1 week off in spring. Sucks for you then. Can I get 2 days off as Lou? No. You had no work-life balance. It was work priority, home second. And I just hated that. Which is another reason why I left. You were always the afterthought. But, hey, so fun! Oh, we have to stream if I was still working for them anyway. Or play games.
Yeah, because I imagine you'd be on a shift system.
Oh, it was horrible. Everything when COVID hit around, they changed it. And they essentially changed it to so we knew from the onset COVID wasn't going to be great for public transport. We knew it was going to kill it. So whereas before we had set routes, like I would do out of Halifax where I am, we run buses to major towns like Leeds, Bradford, Huddersfield, Rochdale, Burnley, Todmorden, and people had set routes that they might only do Huddersfields, or they might only do Leeds, or they might only do Bradfords. And you would never do the other route, you just do your route. And we all agreed, said, yeah, put bunch them all together so you can do everything to help the company out. And the company sort of taken that and said, right, we're putting you all on one big road, now you can do everything. And we're like, right, can we go back to how it was? And the company's like, no. And we're like, you said that was the temporary measure, and we're like, and? We're still temporary measures. It's like COVID's technically over in a company sense. I was like, no, it's not. It is.
Yeah.
In a company sense, COVID's over, as far as I'm concerned. Now, it's still out there. COVID itself is still out there, and you should still follow everything that is currently being advised. But in a company sense, things are getting back to normal. We've seen an increase in passenger capacity. We've dropped all our restrictions now on limits. Whereas when COVID first came around, double-decker buses you could only have 16 people on a double-decker bus when COVID first came around, and you could only have 11 on a single-decker. Now you're back to full capacity now, so you're looking at around, I think it's around 60, or no, I think it's about 80 on a double-decker now, and 40 on a single. Yeah, exactly. You can still come. Yeah, you can still come and get 2 weeks off, 100%. Yeah, 100% on that, and a lot of people did do it that way, which fair play to them. Yeah, which absolute fair play to them if you want to get 2 weeks off. But I think it's going to be something we live with. I think this is going to be the new flu now, essentially. There's not much can be done. You just have to.
Yeah, and I think they're going to end up bringing passports in where you've got to prove that you've been vaccinated, boosted, and all that crap.
Yeah, it's in. Yeah, I think some companies do allow it, but I think the government they're still supplementing if you get caught with COVID, because they were before, weren't they?
No, they've done away with furlough.
They've done away with that. No. If you get a confirmed COVID thing, the government would pay you 2 weeks to stay at home, or one would You know, to stay at home essentially.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I can't remember if they're still doing that because one big fear I especially up here being Yorkshire working and all that was you'd get people, oh, I can't afford to take any time off work. So that was like a big thing with those.
Yep, I'm one of those.
So it's not good that the government came out and did that. If they sort of doing it, but yeah, it's COVID class lots of things. It's going to be something that you have to risk assess personally. Of is it going to be safe here? Are these big events? Is the risk of me going versus the risk of me catching all safe?
Yeah, because even though you've been vaccinated and boosted, it's not a bulletproof vest.
It just saves
Well,
you.
look at it this way: a bulletproof vest, it's got gaps in it, and you can still get shot with it.
Well,
So
I
it can, we've had people at our place that have had, boosters and what have you, and they've still caught it. It lessens the effects.
Yeah, I think they've said, haven't they? They said it won't stop you from catching it, but it will decrease you like by 90% of the chance of being killed by it.
Yeah, it'll reduce the need for you to go to hospital.
Yeah, which I think that's especially what the NHS needs because the NHS is so close to breaking at the peak in the UK. So close, I think. I've got my aunt is works in one of the hospitals, and she said it was horrible. Seeing people in the COVID wards with it, and I think now she's saying that generally most people in the hospitals now are generally like teenagers. I think that's the big one at the moment in hospitals is teenagers and that.
Yeah, because they think they're bulletproof.
I used to argue at time. To me, it was schools. Schools are the breeding ground of COVID. Because as soon as as soon as the schools reopened, it shot up again, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you expect?
No.
They have children.
But luckily now I think they've got to take a test every week.
Yeah, I think they've had that in for a while.
Yeah, that's
doing
the
the
best thing.
lateral flow tests.
I hate doing them. I have to do them for my current job, and then I hate doing them. I hate doing them with a passion.
When I was in hospital before I had me, to get me stoma fitted, every time a new patient had come in, they'd be like, right, COVID tests again. Like, oh no, not again. We all had one the other day. But I have to have another one. So I was having them every other bloody day.
I feel sorry for anyone that actually works in the hospital where it's every day, and they would probably have to take it. Yeah, 100% on that, Caldreas. Kids don't know to care.
Yeah, that's true.
They have to, because I think it's about 20, isn't it, when their brain stops developing?
Yeah, 2012, something like that, yeah.
And that's when they start to realise implications of their actions. Because it's like, going back to when I used to work at bus and kids throwing rocks at us, they thought it was hilarious. They thought it was funny to do that. They don't think of, oh, what happens if I hit the driver and the bus goes off and crashes? Or what happens if I hit someone behind the glass? Or what happens if that bus doesn't stop when I jump out in front of it trying to make him hit the brakes? They don't think of the actions, they just think, oh, this is hilarious and I'm going to do this now.
Lol.
It's, kids be kids, I know they will and you'll never be able to change them, but respect
You
is completely gone.
You ever, as a kid, played the old invisible rope across the road?
Nope, not one I ever did.
Oh, we used to love doing that as a kid. Two kids stand at each side of the road, and when you got a car coming, on a quiet road obviously, you'd heave back as though you're pulling a rope between each other, and the car would slam on, the driver would get out, and, go chasing you. Well, which one do I chase? Because you run opposite roads. I actually had a set of kids do that to me with a real rope.
Thank you.
Problem was, I was on my fucking bike at the time. It went up me. I thought, yeah, fuck off. I've played that game as a kid. But they actually had a rope. It went up my arms, caught the bloody lid, and my head went back. Fortunately, it jumped off the top of the lid or jumped off me chin.
Yeah.
Otherwise, did the bloody clothesline me?
Okay, now.
Little wankers. Sorry, stream.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Codrius Frost, for the follow. Much appreciated, mate. Thank you. Yeah, they've just there's no respect these days from the kids. You know.
I mean, I had no respect when I was a kid too. But that was like
You have
5
no
years
respect
ago.
now. You still have no respect.
You're still
Yeah,
short
no.
pants, you?
I'm a very friendly person.
Yeah, from your perspective.
True.
See, I cannot. Right, I just see you as being like the kid that just goes home, and that's it.
Energy low.
Is that a bad thing?
No, but I also might see you in the. Oh shit! Oh, I'm so. Thank you so much, Codrius Frost, for being my first subscriber.
You had no subscribers.
No,
Why
no,
did
no,
you say
this is
anything?
my first subscriber. This is my first subscriber.
I will have sub to you.
Nice one.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Oh, this makes his botched tooth operation so much better now. I mean, so much better. Oh, thank you so much. It's so cool. Right, I'm done gushing. I'm done gushing. Oh, thank you. I think I'm done. Am I done? Yeah, no. Oh. Right. Let's continue. I'm going to talk
So-
about this for days.
Back to the COVID thing.
Yes, sorry, I got a little bit intense there. Thank you so much, Bella, for gifting me a sub as well. So good. And thank you so much. I don't know. I don't deserve this. I don't, mate. I do not deserve it.
Shut up. Take it.
I tried. I don't.
Take the money and smile.
But I'm happy that you're enjoying the content. I really am. It brings me much joy. And also, guys, thank you very much for getting me gifts. And 100. No.
Did you just thank me?
Yeah, because Bella's gifted the sub, which is you.
Yeah, no worries. I got you. Because I did so much to get that.
You did, Rice. Thank you so much. And also, Kadrios, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you extremely much. Yeah, you did so much, Rice. You know, I've subscribed to you, which I'm sure you enjoyed that after our little bet, didn't you?
Sure.
What was that even from? I can't remember.
We betted about something.
Yes, that's how.
No, wait. It was a Gartic phone. You told me to not make anything Lord of the Rings referencing.
Yes, I did. I said if you don't make it, because you're doing Lord of the Rings, weren't you? In Gartic Phone, the last time we did
Yeah.
it. And I said if
Yeah.
you don't do a Lord of the Rings reference, I'll subscribe to you. And you didn't, you motherfucker.
Of course not. Easy money.
Well, it wasn't Amazon Prime subscription. No, not that crazy.
It's still money for me. It's actually more money in a Prime subscription.
Is it? I thought it was the other way around. I thought Primes were less than a normal one.
Nope.
Really?
They give actually a lot more.
Wow. A lot better than, eh? I didn't know that. Right. It's not really, I should stream this more. I should stream Space Invaders a lot more.
Yes, you should. You should listen to me and stream more often.
I did, but Tom told me I was streaming too much.
Why isn't he telling me then?
I don't know. It was when we were at when we went down to Blake and Vicky's. You know, for that airsoft thing that we did. He was like, we were just like telling me, he goes, "Ferry, you stream too much." I'm like, what? What do you mean? He's like, you stream too much. Stop it. So that's why I've cut down my streams. But I might, because I think I was doing 2 streams a day. I was like doing one at 12 and one at 8 for like an hour or 2 each time round. So I think that might be what it was on about. I'm not very sure.
There's never enough streaming.
Yeah, that is true. That's why I think what I'm going to do, if I'm going to do Space Engineers, I'll probably do it for like a few hours. Like, well, maybe not as long as you do it for like fucking like 8
A week at a time.
8 hours? 8 hours is nothing.
8 hours is 8 hours, Rice. It's something.
That is nothing. Absolutely bloody nothing.
You're a fucking madman, I tell you. Absolute fucking madman.
So, back to what I wanted to say earlier. I never tested myself on COVID. But I also don't go outside, so I don't need it. I have not done a single COVID test.
To be fair, if you know you're not exposed, then it's one of those like, it's fine. We had it set when I was back at the bus place. We had a COVID testing thing set up in our building that we could go and use, and it helps, you know. And we're required to go, but it was recommended we go like once a week or something like that. Mostly because we're always, even though we're behind the screen, we still handle money. And it's one of those, I went full health conscious, you know, antibacterial wipes, I refuse to touch people's hands, you know, because buses, let's just say, don't want to sound bad, but they're the lowest form of transport, you know.
A lot of people getting on, a lot of people getting off, a lot of people touching stuff.
Hygiene is a very big thing, so especially with somebody that you work with, you know, not to knock on people like councillor face and that. And it's one of those that you don't 100% expect it, so you have to prepare for it not being as good as you think it might be. So that's generally what I went with. And the amount of fucking, some of the looks that people used to give them, like, then when they used to like hold their hand up for the money and I put it on like the table sort of thing we had, they looked at me like, why is that passed it to me? And I was like, I'm thinking, I don't want to fucking touch you. You know, and I'm sure you don't want to get touched by me. If I've got it, you know, you're fucked as well. Oh crap, that was a bit low.
Yeah.
I just had a unknown signal spawning.
Alright. Oh, what's the range on them? Because one hasn't pinged up for me.
I've had them 4K away, just the normal online non-signals. The strong ones can be thousands away.
Yeah. See, I don't know where you start. I know you start in Astro Belt, but I don't know which one. Well, it'd be impossible to find out. Unless you do have a beacon?
Yes.
No, I'm
Antenna.
Beacons are always transmitting, aren't they? Where
You can turn them off.
Yeah, but you
Isn't
can't,
the range like 50k?
But beacons you can't receive from, can you?
No.
So beacon's just more like, hey, I'm here, whereas an antenna is one that you communicate through.
Yeah, it's just the flasher. Tell you what.
This is where one of us sees you.
That's at 50k.
Nah, I've got not here.
Should come up as Kevin's pod.
I've got the civil humpback. I've got 2 humpbacks, an inquisitor and another humpback. No, I don't see it. I don't think I'm anywhere near.
I don't even have an antenna on my
No worries.
base.
See you later, Bella. Thank you. The camera's there. See you later, Bella. Thank you so much for popping in. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. I'm sure Rice will appreciate it.
Why are you thanking her now and not me? I mean, I received the gifted sub.
Bella, can you slap him for me next time you see him, please? Thank you.
Oh, that is next week.
Thank you. You better be coming to the UK next year. This year, Rice, or next year for an EE.
Money.
Mate, you gotta
Meteor
fucking
storm
do it.
inbound.
You gotta do it. It'd be a lot
No.
of fun.
It's kinda my fault because I could just go work somewhere and actually do stuff, but I don't.
Exactly.
So I don't have money.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd get a cheap flight. Like, as soon as you're over here, I'm sure we'd help you. We'd help you cover the cost. Like, you'd get all your gear essentially.
I don't want anyone to cover the costs in any way.
Right, I know for a fact. Tom would probably just cover the cost simply just to have you here and the chance to touch you. That sounds so wrong, but it's right.
I do believe people will do that, but I still don't want it.
That's coming on quite well, right? So I'll put some stuff in there now. He will probably do that though, because that is Tom. I'm there for it. Oh yeah, one more good. One more good to see it. You got to save though, right? Come on, you have to save to NA. You get to meet myself. You get to meet Cam. You know, everyone else. You get to actually translate armor into real life.
I have no combat experience
I haven't.
at all.
I haven't, and yet I ended up partially being the squad leader at one point and telling people what the fuck to do. It's great.
I also have no like movement experience
Right, so
at all.
I'm a fat bastard and I still fucking moved around there. Come on, you can't use any excuse. Have you seen me? I'm a fucking round bubble.
Wouldn't say that.
Yeah, but compared to me, mate, I'm the fat bastard from Austin Powers. Fuck it, I love taking the piss out of myself. It's great. But honestly, it's airsofting's so much fun, and I recommend it. Do you do it, Kevin, or is that not your thing?
No, it's too much like one of my previous jobs.
When your previous job? Oh yeah, I get you. So,
Royal Navy.
Yeah. See, if a few people do it, not for like, they just like it. It's What was I talking? Best thing I was talking to my mother. I think it was saying like I really like it. She goes, "Why don't you just join up with the army?" I was like, "Because I don't want to die." And she goes, "Oh yeah, that explains it."
This one only hurts when they shoot back, not kill you.
Yeah. Oh, you get some bruises though. Fucking hell, I got I mean, we're doing a patrol.
Oh, some of the
around that
welts I've
base.
seen off some of the people, especially when the paintball. Jesus
Paintball
Christ.
ones hurt a lot more. Airsofting generally has paintball does as well, but airsofting's a bit more. The guys doing it are a bit more respectable because they put money into it. Whereas airsofting's more like a group of lads paying 30 quid to turn up for a day, aren't they? You don't really have your enthusiasts. You know, I'm sure you do, but you don't have it to the extent of airsofting. But yeah, I remember we were doing a patrol on our base. Like the day before I did a lot of moving, and I chafe a lot. So like the next day I was like, fuck it, I don't want to go anywhere. So I just stayed up at the base. I was like, fuck it, let's go for a walk around. So I did, and as we're walking around, we hear gunfire going on. We're like, right, we'll head over to them and see if it's close by. As I walk around the corner, I see one of our guys coming through who's dead. And I'm like, oh, he's dead. Turn the corner, and I just get peppered by 3 bullets at like 10 meters away. And my first words are, fuck! Hit! And it fucking stung. That fucking stung. The UK was one of my first places to go and looked at how restricted. Yes, the gun law, the weapon laws in the UK are very high, but quite a lot of people in the UK like it that way. The only weapons you can legally own are shotguns, and I believe single bolt action rifles as well, aren't they?
Bolt action, they can have a magazine, unless they've changed it since I last did it.
I didn't think
And
magazines-
the pistols have to be what you would call muzzle loading. If you've got a revolver, the revolver comes out, you put black powder in, you put the ball in
Yes,
it,
it's musket.
and you put a percussion cap in.
Yeah, so essentially no musket. Yeah, but a lot of us in the UK, we like it that way because we're on an island, weapons are quite hard to get hold of by the criminals. Our law enforcement do have, we've got quite a big armed law enforcement side now, but it's more to the point of most criminals know that if they get called in, they're going to get killed. Our armed enforcement's more like SWAT in the US. So like when they get called in, most criminals sort of go, oh shit. And our guys don't mess around. You point anything at them, they will two-tap you in the chest with a G36 and you'll go down.
Pew pew.
Like they just up by me on the from the slip road onto the motorway. Armed police stopped a car a few years ago. Pulled up, weapons out, and they were like, "Don't move, don't move." And the passenger went into the, downwards into the glove compartment, and they just killed him because they had intel there was a weapon in the vehicle, and they thought he was going for it. But don't get me wrong, I'm a gun. I love guns. I'm a gun nut through and through. I love weapons. I love how quirky they look. I love the different designs. I've got my favourites, and airsofting is a way for us to like enjoy that. You have to get a UKARA, which is UK Airsoft Association. I can't remember what the last one is. So basically, what that means is you can buy a blacked out weapon, but the license doesn't mean you can't own one. So if I were to buy one from a friend, it'd be totally legal for me to own it and to use it. The only downside is, well, if you were ever drive round, you have to have them in a weapons case.
Yeah, it's the same with air weapons as well.
Too many weapons. Where are you from, Carlos? Which country? If you don't mind me asking.
From the hood.
You never know. But you have to make sure you have them in a weapons case here because you're in Chicago. Yes, Chicago. What's the nickname for that? Isn't it like the City of Death? Something. It's like one of the most highest. Chicago is one of our biggest crime cities. You can't even buy bullets there.
A few years ago, when I was sort of going through civilian firearms training, because when you come out of the military, you don't always have, you don't automatically have your firearms certificate. So I used to have, weapons, pistols, rifles. Some look like assault rifles, and I had one that was very similar to a Glock, and it had the slide and everything. And I had them at work. They're all in a case, all that, and I was just moving them into the back of the van because I was on my way to the gun range, on my way home. So I put some in, and where I work, around Salford, it's a bit of a rough area. And the kids at the time used to walk around with the pants down, the hand down the pants, as though they're carrying something. And it's a bit dark. Next thing, I hears this tap on feels this tap on the shoulder, and hears this voice. You got anything in there for me? And I turns around. Who the fuck's this? And sees this kid, must have been 12, 13-year-old, with his hand down his pants, right hand, as though he's carrying. I knew what he was like. He was trying to big it up, like. So I'm still faffing around. Quietly unlocks my case, pulls out this Glock lookalike with a sliding breech, cycles it, releases the safety for the slide, allows it to go forward. I went, yeah, do you want one that's inside of here or what? You big enough to go toe to toe? The look on his face was a picture. He went whiter than a fucking bleached sheet and legged it. You know, if you want to walk the walk, then and talk the talk.
It reminds me of that scene from Snatch where they're in the pub. And there's a bunch of guns. It's like, your guns say replica on the side. Mine
says Desert Eagle 5.50.
Yeah.
Now, have you got the minerals, or would you like to go home?
It's fucking great. Also, so sorry you have to travel an hour to get anywhere. An absolute hour to get anywhere, Carlos. Oh mate, that must be fucking horrible. That must be absolutely horrible. And
I travel an hour getting into fucking work. I'm another 20 miles away.
It takes me an hour and a half, but I go by train. But I only work 2 days a week. Also, hello to Excalibur. Thank you so much for the raid, and thank you so much for everyone that's joined over. I'm the Raging Fairy, and I hope you have had an absolutely lovely stream with Excalibur. I hope he has been an absolute brilliant host and I'm really shit at this. I'm so sorry. I can't find the
Just say thank you.
You don't normally have a problem in flapping the gums.
Right, let's go on. We might coach you. Tell me what to say. I'm meant to be endearing right now.
Thank you, Excalibur, for your raid. How was your stream? And hello to everyone who joined the stream with your raid.
Listen to the German. He knows what he's on about.
Oh, that was such a seasoned veteran there.
I know. Yeah, but I tell you what. I bet the time that you have off is great because you live in the middle of Rumford nowhere. She said.
Can you just nip into work? No.
I'd say no if I lived round the fucking corner. Fuck that.
Oh, I get that. I'll answer my work phone and go, can you come in? Oh, I've just had a drink.
Most people at our place
Yeah,
now,
of coffee.
we block work's phone number, so they can't ring us. It's great. It's absolutely great. I love it for that reason. Oh.
Well, the thing is, I'm actually supposed to be on call for the area that I'm in, and what we tend to do is, one lad's over at one side of Manchester, I'm at the other side. It's a bit pointless me going to his doorstep, so we tend to have our own areas, and you'll get a phone call. Kevin, can you go? Right, okay, but more often than not, you think, stuff it. Can you not wait till the morning? Right, I'll see you in the morning.
Block it. Yeah. See, that's great. Oh, hold on. My fucking game's lagging up a bit. There we are. Yeah. Calder's just said he keeps his boss's phone number blocked. But that's the way to go. 100%. That is absolutely the way to go. Because I find that. I find that most employers just don't care about your personal life, and it pisses me off.
You're there to work for me.
Yeah, which irritates me because most companies are like, you're a number to us. It's like, hold up, yeah, but we give you everything you fucking need. We give you customer service, we give you support, we give you power. You want to tell us to fuck off? All right. Oh wait, no, we had a big mistake. Please come back. No. I want to take some amount of time before people sort of realise and go, well, fuck this shit, I'm out.
You've heard of the sound of one hand clapping. Well, here's the sound of the door slamming.
100%. 100%. I do love a good story of people walking out of it. That does fill me with so much joy. Detailing now. Oh, it's a lot of fun now. Absolutely. There we are. Absolute lot of fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting there, so I'm looking forward to buying my, get my Yukara, so I've got to go 3 times within sort of like over 2 months.
Yeah.
And once I get that, I'm going to be back. I think I'm going to get myself a cheap little, I think it's like £140 AR-15 based weapon. I have a union job, so it's a lot harder for them to try and screw me over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we
our unions
got shafted by Maggie.
Our unions in the UK are shit. There's loads out there.
At one point, they were brilliant. They did
Back
get
in
me
the
out of a
60s.
scrape once or twice, but ever since they got defanged, shall we say, just had no clout behind them.
Yeah, they don't, and it's like by me, it's just the thing that irritates me back when at bus company is the union were drivers. It was only like the top the person in like the branch wasn't a driver. But you mean like every other person that worked for the union, the company could fuck them over by saying, oh, you're on late now only, or oh, we'll be putting you on split turns, which you have like 4 hours between, and it's like, so they basically got cohesion from the union because they didn't want to work shit shifts. So then
Yeah.
you just shafted other drivers. And there's no support. Like, basically, the union's as good as shit in our place because they're the butt of everyone's jokes now. You know, it's laughing stock where we are. So we've just given up hope. They've just given up hope. I think most people only ever kept the union in because they had basically a lottery that was for 50p.
Yeah.
That was the only reason why people stayed there, because there was a way for the union, like, not to, for them to cover the costs, but also like paid you on the wings of money as well. So a lot of people did that because I said it just helped them out quite a lot. But it was shit. I hated it. And the biggest problem I suppose about unions is they if you have a grievance and you get pulled into the office, the union's meant to be there and back you up, and most times they do. But you also find that sometimes they talk with the manager before you go in, and thus they've already established what's going to happen to you before you've even gone in there to defend yourself. So you've got no leeway. You can't sway what's going to happen. It's just happening. And then that was a big fuck up. And another thing as well with ours. So we've got many unions in the UK, and I'm still on about this. One that we've got is called Unite. Now, I know Kevin will know these ones. But our company only recognise them. So if you were to pull in another union, which maybe say, what's like the rail one, the transport, the dock worker ones, you know.
You put me on the spot now.
But that other the other big union as well that's in the UK. But if you were to ask them to come in to sit in with you, the company said, yeah, they can come and sit in. They can't talk, they can't do anything, they can't, they can just take notes, and they can't discuss with you. You know, and it just sort of like shafted you to the point of, well, what's the fucking point of bringing someone else in? It's worthless. Most of the time, you just need to know the contract and have your own. But yeah, 100% on that. Problem is that you sign the contract, but you know, up by us is it's not individual. Whereas I think the States it sort of is, where each person has their own individual contract. In the UK, especially with most big businesses, it's a contract for everyone. So we had, in the bus driver industry that we had, essentially all drivers were under the same belt. Some got paid differently because they were on different pay bands depending on how long they've been there for. But they would all agree as a union if they wanted to, say the company said, right, we want to give you a 2% pay rise. Or better yet, actually, using an example that's come out, our company is offering our drivers £500 bonus, saying, well done, you've done really well with COVID, here's £500. But the clause is, you can't strike, you can't take us to a tribunal, which is essentially a court system for employment. You can't, do loads of stuff like that. And all the drivers are like, that's fucking stupid. We're not agreeing to that. But even if the drivers did want to agree to it and say yes, because the majority have said no, the contract wouldn't change. But that's just how it is in the UK. It's there's only few jobs out there that have individual contracts. Most of it's a group thing. I'm sure you'll probably agree with that, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm fortunate where we've got individual contracts.
The union's only
Because we're all doing different jobs with different skills and experience.
Yeah, 100% on that as well. If our company were to overstep the contract that we had originally stated, then yes, we could refuse. Because we were driving heavy vehicles, we could only work and drive for certain amounts of time. Such as we could drive for a max of 5.5 hours before a break. We had to have a minimum of half an hour break. So if you got caught out in the road at 5.5 hours, you'd pull over and stop, essentially. Now, the company tried to argue, saying, oh, there's a half an hour leeway thing that if you're caught by exceptional circumstances, you can still drive back. But all of our drivers are like, no, that's fucking bullshit, because if we get stopped by VOSA, which is our, a standards agency for live
Vehicle
vehicles,
Operators Standards Agency.
if they were to stop us and say, how long you been driving for, and you were to say, no, we're not TAC codes, but you generally tell them the truth, and they go, wait, well, we've been driving for over 5.5 hours, why are you still driving? You'd lose your license. The company wouldn't, but the company expects you to still drive. And that's just how it is. It's a pain in the arse. In the States, it is a collective bargaining agreement that is bound by law. Yeah. I don't like saves for some of the stuff. They've got some really weird employment rules, and that is. Plus, I know in the States, isn't it? It's culture to be very hush hush about what you get paid, isn't it? In a job. Am I right in saying that? Okay. No.
Yes, you are. Can you look at my base now?
Send me more pictures, right? So one more thing. We can go on strike at any time, but it voids the contract and until a new one is voted and passed. Ah, that's dirty. That's very dirty. See, that could never happen in the UK. Ever. There's quite a few good employment laws out there that stop that from happening. Anyway, I said I was going to have a look at Major X's base. What you streaming the video?
I am streaming my game, yes.
Hold up. Wait one moment. Because I'm so nice, I'm going to let everyone else watch if they want. Here we are, people. Here is Major Rice on his base. This is a dual stream right now. Go on.
What do you think? No, just kidding. So we have my block, of course, with a bunch of turrets at every corner.
This is a fucking cube. There's no design to it.
Yeah, not yet. We have my defense system over there and my welding exit with some more turrets.
I like that door that you've got there with the with how it's gapped. That's pretty cool.
We have my garage entry. It'll take some time. I don't have any cars yet, so ignore that.
This is for where I park my vehicles. Where are they? I don't have any.
Here.
Also, Caldeus, yeah, that's just not right at all. Most, you don't know them here, which is disgusting. But you know they get big bonuses and get paid big money. It's dirty that.
This is where I park my small ship.
Compare that to mine.
Out.
Why are your vehicles turned? That's what I don't get.
Because they don't fit in here sideways.
I'll turn you on. So look at yours and Kevin. Have you got Izzy's solar panel script as well on?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got three. I've got 3 big towers up on mine.
I've got Izzy's solar and Izzy's inventory.
I've got the inventory on, but I want to tweak it around a bit because it's been a bit finicky with where it's sending stuff, and I need to improve like what I want producing, sort of thing.
For your components,
Yeah, I know. I'll sort that out in spare time.
put an LCD screen up and label it auto crafting. In fact, let me show you.
You'll have to show me that ship. That ship looks really cool as well. See, I've got the other one.
See-
I've got the other screen, the one that just gives me the basic info one.
Right. Well, this is Izzy's inventory manager.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'll tell you exactly what it's called.
I've got it up and running on mine.
Yeah, Izzy's inventory manager,
Yeah,
and that is just a normal LCD screen with auto crafting. Now, I'm pointing at the bloody screen. If you have something that's going below, you can put another screen up, but you put auto crafting 2 on it. So if you look at mine, I've got 20 displays across there. If I want 30, click on it. 30. Now I press OK, and what you'll see when Izzy updates itself, now it's actually producing another 10.
I'll have to do that in mine.
You can also set it to in the script for disassemble.
I've seen that as well.
Yeah, edit the script and auto craft in there where my cursor is, where it says auto disassemble. Change that from false to true. And then when you get more than, say you salvage the ship, and you set your steel plate to 1,000, 500, whatever you want to set your limit to, it will disassemble them into its component parts and put it in your ingots container.
Looks like my monitor from my computer PC with Windows 98 from high school. It's not about the LCD screen. That's great.
Yeah, it's not exactly 1080
State
on
of the art,
Space
is it?
Engineers.
Plus, it's
Yeah.
a bit finicky because I'm streaming your stream essentially as well.
Oh yeah, I can see it. It gets a
It's a
little
bit fuzzy.
pixelated at times.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you got to show me that ship. You you sneakily saw.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, I love.
It's just a little something I've put
You
together.
got the sci-fi draw in it as well. See that immediately wins. That wins brownie points
Yeah.
right away. Small ships.
See that green light?
Yeah.
Safe to enter. Now, you'll not hear it on stream. Now there's a red light on. Uh-oh. Watch what happens when I open the door. Oh, shit. Wrong one.
Wrong button.
See all that gas escaping?
I love it.
Now, let me just repressurise it.
So I'm guessing press
No.
the button and that repressurizes and depressurizes.
Yeah, press that. It'll depressurise it. Now the green lights come on. I open it up. Let me put my hood on. If you see
Oh, that's
across the
really-
bottom of the
sorry,
screen, O2, none.
Yeah.
Press the button. Then pressurising. Red lights on, meaning you're gonna get decompression.
Oh, that's cool.
This is just a little
See,
scout.
I
where we've
love
got seat.
stupid stuff like this where it's just like overcomplicated, but it makes sense. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just with a couple of timer blocks. All I've got in here is a battery, couple of cargo containers, survival, and hydrogen tank.
Yeah.
Just a little run around
I
scout,
love it. I love it.
and that is all vanilla. My own build.
Thank you extremely much. Oh, thank you, Caltras, for the for the gifted sub. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy.
Nice one.
Oh, I love
And
it.
this is a view from out of the cockpit.
It was for is it Hulkan? I'm shit with pronunciations. I'm so sorry.
No, with the actual guy that gifted it.
That was Caldrius Frost, the my first subscriber.
Isn't his name like something like Caladrius?
Caladrius. Yeah, I'm shit at saying names. Come on, it's my whole. It's a shit quirk, and I hate it through and through. Oh, whips.
Why don't you
Autodoors.
say Frost then? I
Whips
think you can read
Autodoors.
Frost.
Fuck you, Rice.
You know that I'm right.
I know you're right, and that's what pisses me off. Because you're right.
Ooh, I can't read this.
Rice, shut up, you German.
Yeah.
I actually make a ton of mistakes when I'm reading your messages on my chat.
I know.
It's terrible.
I remember when we were playing Gartic last night, and I put, was it Gandalf Grey eating pickle? And you had no idea what that meant. I said it right for the first time. Yeah, I'm so honestly. Do you want to say Caladrius or do you want to say Frost? Just say Frost. Yeah, I'll do that. Sounds good. The one thing, Kevin, I love this ship. For me, there's something unique about building a small ship that has an internal compartment. I love that because not many people think to do that.
No, they'll just put a cockpit on and
Yeah.
away you go.
Slap it,
Now,
make
one
it
thing
big.
I will say about any ship that you put on, put whips auto doors on.
How does
Because
that work?
I don't have time for that.
basically,
It's easy.
that door there, obviously, if I highlight it, I'm going to interact with it. So, interact with it. Now I'm not interacting with it. The door's open. It's just shut itself.
Ah, that's good.
Now, you can set it up for airlocks by grouping them up. And you can also put lights above them if you look into the script. It's very easy if you look into the description of the script and you tag, let's just say, that light there that I'm pointing at. Now it looks white, it's supposed to be green.
Yeah.
It will show you green. So as soon as you open that first door, the ones on the other side go red. And you know when you get your emissive around the outside?
Yeah. Ooh, that's-
They turn red as well when you cannot open it. And you cannot open the second door unless the first one is shut.
See, I like that a lot. My worry is because I'm gonna have there's a few more scripts that I've got, and I'll say them to you in a moment when I actually have a look. But I'm wanting to run about 4 or 5, so I think that one might be a bit too much for me. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna go back to Rice real quick and let him finish up his tour. Go on, Rice.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I apologise.
So
Okay.
these are my ships.
Why are they angled like that? Couldn't you have like done it better?
No, like my squares are always 8 and then 1 wall block on each side. So I could have either parked 1 in here or 2 angled up, and it works. So fuck off.
Odds. Always building odds on Space Engineers.
Oh,
not
100%.
evens.
I had a go at Cam on the last server we had. He built even bays, and I was like, it triggered me so much I had to redesign them all to be odd.
This
Well,
is
did you
my,
hear the uproar when they come out with them new cockpits on the small grid when they were 2 blocks wide?
Oh, that sounds horrible. That sounds horrible. Right, I'm gonna have to finish up the watching because it's just gone all pixelated.
No.
Sorry. I'll catch up at some point. Yeah, so hold on. Oh shit, I'm on 2%. I was too busy watching everything.
No.
You are going to die.
Now I've got to my ship in time. It'll save Christ the first. I'll go up and I'll show you the scripts that I've got. That should be enough just to get me up to my base. So also nobody don't acknowledge Hightower. It's a great design. Let me just. So yeah, I've got so these are the ones I've currently got up. Solar and the interim management main thing. Tell me what I've sort of got in each. But let me have a look. Route scripts. So these I've got the automatic LCD2 scripts.
Yeah.
I've got the Izzy's dock ships info.
Yeah.
Izzy's ship refueler along with the management.
Yep.
Solar alignment, oxygen lockdown. That one interested me a lot.
Not used that one.
So what it does, from what the script says, is if you connect it with the space station, if there is a loss in pressure, it will close down every door, and then it finds out where it's been breached, and it unlocks every door apart from the doors that are contained in the decompressed area, and keeps them locked.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it allows you to figure out where there's a problem, but also like limits like possibility of an incursion. And then power graphs, which is your typical, how much power you use and sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I've used that one in the past.
so they're the scripts I'm running. I'll definitely look at that whip store one, but I think it might be just I don't want like 20, too many scripts running that are going to cause a lot of problems.
Yeah. I'm not. Well, I don't know
Oh, yeah.
about the number of scripts running, but I've never had a
These
problem with.
these are my server arrays that I've got up. So I'm very proud of.
Whip does have one that is. Let me see what it's called. Price scripts. Turret AI slaving. And basically, you put up a turret and you label it designator.
Alright.
You then build your own turret with a advanced rotor, a cargo block on top of it, 2 more advanced rotors on either side, then your guns, whether you're going to have missiles or just normal fixed Gatling guns, not the not the turret ones, just the normal fixed Gatling gun. And once you follow everything in the script, what it actually does is you go into that designator, you control that designator as you normally would, with a controlling turret, but you're also moving this one that you've built as well. So when you open fire, not only are you shooting with your own gun, you're shooting with this other one that you've put 6, 12, however many guns that you want to put on that cargo system, because it acts exactly like a turret that you're slaving.
I like that. There's one that I've seen, and you'll probably be able to point me in the right direction if I'm thinking of this right. So once again, I was watching one of these guys. I was watching one of these guys on YouTube, like giving like multiplayer tips and that. Some really cool that I would never have thought of. One that he showed me, I was like, oh shit, that's really good. I want to do it, but he never said how. Was he essentially set up? He advanced rotor with a small top part, and set it with gyros and sensors. And what it would do is it would track where you are. So like you put like an LCD screen like on it. And it said, I see you. So every time you like, it would point directly at you. And you'd move it, it would turn, it would follow you.
Yes.
And he did it with overriding he did it by turning on gyros and override. And I tried doing it, but I could never get the ratio right. Like it'd just spin around and, you know, never get
Yeah,
it
it's
right.
having the right balance of gyro override on it.
And no Cam, I haven't, but you should come on, you know, and do it. Also, do you want to see something really, really dumb, but works amazingly? I love my high tower. Meet high tower. This is our large base miner. I saw it. It's horrid. It's not horrid. It works. That thing takes 2 million. It takes like 2 million, like stone, like whatever resources you need. 2 million.
Have you got the azimuth large cargo containers in?
No, I haven't. But I know Azimuth. I probably should have done. But this is.
They are huge.
Yeah, because I think
How much?
Tom's just on the Azimuth reactor, which I think is a lot more energy efficient than the normal large reactor.
Yeah, they do a single, 2 and 6-point reactor. Tiny reactors. They are pretty good.
Yeah, I
Don't
need
take
to
that much to build either.
I need to incorporate more Azimuth stuff into my. Oh, excuse me.
How
Designs.
much stuff fits in there?
What, for the reactor?
No, for the container.
It is.
Oh, let me just place a large one down and see.
What you mean, like right at the back? So like 2 more cargo hangers off on the side, and then you just don't know what to put in the rear. Could always just lead it into like a bit. I don't know.
The large azimuth is 1 million litres. The large squid.
Mm. Isn't the casual one 400 something K? 421?
Yeah. What's the
Yeah,
how big is it?
421.
Done something wrong.
Oh yeah, I like the 2 large hangers as it is. You're just gonna keep the 2 here, Cam? You're gonna put 2 more on the sides. And yeah, sorry, is it still a 5x5? The large azimuth cargo.
No, it's bigger.
No, it's huge. It's about
on the ship that I'm using, it's a 5x5 because it fits in the silhouette.
It is 3 by 3 by 6?
He wasn't.
Yeah,
I would
3 by
probably
3 by 6.
suggest, Cam, add another 2 more of these cargo hangers, or cargo bays should I say, so we have 4. Just to incorporate more, like if we have say 2, we can probably get 2 ships in each, 3 at a push. But we might want more space in there sort of thing. But I'll probably put 2 connectors in each for now. Yes, coming up with
yeah, and the large azimuth only has.
oh god,
4
no, that
connections.
large miner would never fit in here, ever.
It won't.
7 by
It's-
7. It won't fit through a door.
No, no, no.
And
3
like-
by 3 by 7.
6.
6. Ah, yeah, 6.
Mhm.
3 by 3 by 6.
It wouldn't fit. Plus, it's a tower block. It flies, you know, like a tower block.
Exactly. That's why it will fit.
How would it fit?
It's the same size as your container. It's a 3 by 3.
It's vertical. It's. I know it's not. There's a block. There's one set of blocks around it, isn't there? For. Look, Rice. Just nod and say yes, Tricks.
I already planned out my new ship with that container. Yeah, like 1 million in storage is just ridiculous.
Anyway, you coming on tonight, Cam?
Isn't he on
Guess I have a
D&D?
lot of mining to do. Yeah. Oh, did he probably finish his D&D?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's actually pretty late.
Yeah, it's currently after 10:30 here. D&D Friday as well, Rice.
Oh, sorry.
I thought you
And-
know.
I just pretend that I know what day today is. Because I fucking don't.
Rice, are all the days just a model for you anyway?
Hmm?
Well, you don't go out, do you? You don't do anything, so like, it's all this big clump. Like,
Energy
day 2
low.
today, day 7.
They don't even have numbers, it's just day. Today and tomorrow and yesterday and everything else I don't care
I love
for.
that. It's like what everyone went through during the lockdown. It's like, what day is it today? Is it Thursday? No, it's Monday.
What week?
Yeah, at least I know what year it is.
My mother went insane. She was because I lived at home like during the lockdown, and I only got my place a few months ago. And she was like, "Is it Thursday?" I went, "No, it's Friday." It's Friday's day. How do you not know that? Anyway, God, I hated the lockdown. It was alright, but I hated it. Hated it anyway.
Didn't really change anything for me.
I bet it didn't.
Here's an old program for you. Tis was. Today's
More
Saturday,
people
wear a
were-
smile.
At home to play games. That's it.
Yeah, nothing changed, did it? I tell you what the
No.
best thing is. I don't think you've heard, but in the UK with you probably heard this, Kevin. That priest who went onto Twitch during the lockdown. You
Heard
know
it,
that.
never actually watched him.
I never watched it, but it's like I think he plays like proper games now as well. It's like really fucking weird for me, like to see a priest like, yeah, here we are, we're playing Left 4 Dead 2.
Well, then you've nothing else what do. Why not?
No, fucking hilarious, wasn't it? What's your place? Well, at least the base is slowly getting cobbled together. Yeah, let's just start. I'm gonna have to have so many large containers in there for the ores that we're getting now.
I have, I think 26.
I've built 3 more large containers because every time I do a run in the big miner, it just
Yeah. It basically fills it.
yeah. And it's got to the point now where it's so much shit into everywhere else. It's like I take a ship out now, it's like full of. That's why I need to get the inventory. I'll probably get that inventory one going to disassemble stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like I took my miner, the miner that's parked out here. I was like, oh, I'll bring this out and do a little bit of mining. It's like, why is this thing really sluggish and slow? Looked in the inventory. Oh wait, it's full of shit. It's like full of steel pipes.
That's how I blew up my first ship today. You watched me doing that.
Was that the one that you? No, it's not your first ship. Remember that light miner that you went? I'm gonna press. When you press spacebar, and you need to get to your base.
Okay, yeah, today.
Oh,
Like, that was
How many
yesterday.
ships do you break a week then, right?
I mean, The server's only been up for like 2.5 days.
Exactly, how many are you going to be breaking a week? We need to figure out a ratio.
Okay, I already broke.
The fact that you're taking this long to figure out scares me.
And the problem, if you can print them easily in 20 seconds, you lose count. If I would build them manually, I would probably
Right,
remember.
an ATM prints money out. I still fucking get terrified when I hand money away. It's not like...
Yeah, but money has worth, value. This shit doesn't.
Too many
Yeah.
until Rise did that question. Hold up. Too many until Rise did that question I just sent answer his question.
Can I?
Check Discord maybe?
You didn't ask my recent question. At least I'm not sure if you really answered
Is there an
it.
old question maybe that he asked?
Yeah, I frequently ask when D&D. And now it's finished. If you look into D&D organization.
How the fuck did message become question? Indy, you've known us for too long. You know us throughout the Force. You know we can be completely incompetent and inept sometimes. How has this not crossed your mind?
Oh, fun fact. I put my reactor inside of ice to like cool it down.
Doesn't work.
And I
like-
feel like that's pretty smart.
It-
I know it
it-
doesn't work like that.
Somebody's RP in there.
I love that, Rice. You say to like scripts that make your life easier. I don't have time for that. That's too much work. Oh, but I put my reactor in ice.
I mean, my base is on top of ice, so if I build down, I am practically inside of ice.
It's double standards, Rice. You can't have one thing. I love it. I love it for that reason. And fake response has been incompetent, very true, and yet somehow we were the best section. Says a lot
That
about
was
the
only
current
because of me.
state. I don't want
I
to.
dragged the average up.
You dragged the average. Rice, you were literally the jack of all trades of the
True.
fucking section. So for those who don't know, we were, myself and Rice, were, along with Indy, we were part of an Armour Through Milsom unit based on the British Army, the 4th Infantry Brigade. Rice's official designated role was sharpshooter or marksman,
Marksman.
because he was issued with the 7.62, was it the L?
What?
Can't remember what the designation
It's something with an 1 at the end, and a 6 somewhere in between.
The foul.
No.
No, it's the modern version because they tried to do a 5.56 marksman rifle and it was shit. So they've got a 7.62 one now, and apparently Indy said we'll let you believe that, right?
L11259. Okay, there wasn't a 6 in it.
But Rice essentially was you'd see him, and I ended up being 2IC, and he was like, I'm the marksman, but I'm also the point man. Oh, and I have an AT and a Valon.
Oh yeah, don't forget the medical supplies.
Oh yeah, and you hoarded so many fucking bandages on you. It's like.
Yeah, and there was
Oh,
a
and
time
the
where I was
driver.
2IC as well.
And-
Yeah,
and you were the
driver.
Unless not from night time though. You weren't allowed
No.
to drive at night.
I crashed so many vehicles in nighttime.
Oh, you
We
would
basically had every role in one section, even though we had like not enough people the entire time.
Well, honestly, right, I think if you could carry a GPMG as a secondary, I think you would have.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking love shit like that. It's great. Where's the 3x3 stuff? Where's the 3x3 stuff? Let's have a look.
Do you remember the search from Singer at the beach when he controlled like everyone's kit?
Was that the one we did the beach assault on that conventional deployment?
Yeah, well, we had to walk back because we had no vehicles anymore.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It's fucking awful.
Okay. Now, just think of Singer's reaction while he searched my body with all that kit. Like, what the fuck?
Brings me so much joy. No, I'm not. I don't like this sci-fi panel thing a bit too much. Let's go with some small ones.
Oops.
Oh, I love stuff like that. It's great. Let's see if you
I don't have time for grade.
Yes, you do.
Well,
Everyone
yeah,
has
you're
time
right.
for
I
it.
have time for myself.
Of course you do, because only you. Does anyone you love more, Rise? Does anyone you love more than yourself?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Bella that.
Energy low.
You can do so. She knows that.
So if you had the option of choosing yourself or Bella,
Bella.
aww. If you had the option of feeding yourself or Bella with nice lovely cake, the fact that you're taking this long to answer is really scaring me a little bit.
I'm just not answering, so no one can use my answer against me, ever.
We know it's you.
Not answering.
If you say no
Not so-
comment, it means you're guilty. It's just how it goes.
And also, I like that it didn't specify the first question at all. So, like, it could have been, who would you, English word,
English word.
opfern, sacrifice first.
Well, who would you?
Well, you didn't specify that in the first question. I just said Bella.
What have I got then? Super. Right. Oh, let's go run this stuff down.
Okay, I drilled out another one. That was a fast turn. Another section below my base.
Nice.
And that took so long.
Are you doing it by hand?
Nah,
No, is it
drill
me?
ship.
Take care, mate.
But it's my small drill ship. I don't have any other ships. Like, they are my only two ships right now. So, you know, I need to be patient.
Indy says hi and bye, Kevin.
Oh, hi, bye. Bye, hi.
Hiya. Oh, and the same to you, Rice. You were an afterthought, apparently.
I come before you.
Best comes last.
He who comes first gets home first. I always remember what my dad used to say to me.
Shit.
If you're not in bed by 9 o'clock, come home.
Press J again. Need to stop pressing J. I don't know why I keep pressing it.
For your inventory.
Yeah, but J has. I've never played a game that I need to press J constantly in, but I always press it in this game.
Wait, do you mean G?
No, J, Juliet.
To take your helmet off.
Ah!
Yeah, it must be like a masochist or something.
Or open your visor.
To be fair though, I do that when the pressure's when it's oxygenated, mostly because it stops using my suit oxygen. That's actually worthwhile.
Myth.
Is it?
Yep.
I don't care. It makes shows my face.
Makes him think that.
Yeah, it's a placebo. Not sure what it's placebo in, but it's placebo in something. What's the What's the?
I've got my lid shut and I've just gone into my little ship, and I've just recharged my oxygen without lifting my visor.
Oh, nice. So that's a shame. I was going to say, Kip, what's the you know the Easy Solar alignment? What's the
Yeah.
command that you use to get it up on an LCD, like where you usually like the lowdown of like how many your efficiency, your batteries? Is it, it's ISA? Is it? It's, and I think it's at hashtag space. Is ISA dash something? I think. Well, I've got it set up on another LCD, but I can't remember exactly like what I use for it.
1 second. LCD panel, you've got ISA-main. That will.
Yeah, that's what I'm wanting, I think.
Keyboard.
What do you call it? I think you call the panel.
To display the performance, it's capitals India Sierra Alpha dash performance lowercase.
What was it? Sorry,
India Sierra Alpha dash performance, and that's for script performance.
spell that wrong because I can't spell for shit. Pro. No, just going to do mail for that one. Put that there. Still. There we go, got it working. That's what I wanted. Tanks, good. So location. Perfect.
Yeah, add it to the LCD name.
Yeah. I've just copied over from one of the old ones and got it working. It was the actual name of the AZ LCD in caps. I just didn't capitalise it. Is my problem. Right, what do I want all the other ones now? You. I'm going to say text and script. I'm going to use you and you. And you want to change every 30 seconds.
I'm going to jump into my cryopod and I'm going to love you and leave there because I've got a no start in the morning.
Ooh, yeah, I'll be.
4:30 I'm getting up.
Ooh, it's a early one.
I didn't know there was 2 in a day.
Bad
So,
news.
I shall hopefully catch you tomorrow.
I won't be on, unfortunately. I'm working tomorrow and Friday. I won't be back till mid-Saturday.
Oh, well, I'll love you and leave you. And take care. Toodle pip.
Nice, take care.
Bye. You
Okay.
belong to me.
No, I don't.
You do.
No. Doesn't work like that, Rose. Well, at least we're getting some work done. Starting to look like something now.
I'm making a tunnel.
You're making a tunnel.
Yes.
Are you very proud of making this tunnel?
hmm
Nice.
I can say this ice goes on forever.
Well, it's just making sure you're hydrated.
Mm.
You know, at least you'll never have to worry about getting any ice loads again. It's a win-win, right? Who wouldn't want that to be a win-win? Great. I'm just gonna...
I just heard my turrets go brrrr.
Maybe you were shooting something.
No, really.
No.
When they shoot something, they go brrrt.
No.
Oh. Okay.
They go dagger, 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 dagger.
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
I have reached a rock level after, I don't know, 30 or 40 blocks of distance.
You didn't put an indication up at the top. No.
Hmm?
Never mind. I'm liking this. No, that's upside down. Do. Gotta really go far at the top here. Do. 5, I've got a bigger one over there. There we go. 8.
Energy low.
Oh. So what's that one that was there? 11, no. So I have to do with 12. What's that one? There we are. Perfect. Good. Looking very good. Right, let's jump onto and then we'll play so. Hide them. Like that. Nice. done. Finish up the stairwell. Put this down actually. Call it, I think. Base. Done and dusted, that's what I like to see. That's good there. That's good. The Tresty. I'll have to give that a look up there, Kevin. So what have we done? So let's have a quick look through for everyone before we finish up. So this is what we've got so far. We've got our main hangar coming in here, with hangar base assigned, going to be 2 next to each. We've got our little control. We're going to mine some of this out so they can see a bit better down. But I like how this is set up so they can sort of see everything that goes on, all the stuff like that. Entrance way established in here. Brings you up and into here with all the LCD panels. I'm loving.
Yes.
Trieste. However. So that's what we got up there. We'll finish up the stairway. Probably I'll do that whenever I don't stream it, so I'm going to be constantly playing this. So you'll see it adapt and evolve as the time goes, and we'll see next time else. Right, I'm just getting my current plan and we'll go to the ending screen. Oh yeah, I'll look at something else. We'll be wrapping it up very shortly. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, hasn't it? It's been an absolutely major amount of fun this stream, and I'm so happy that you've all tuned in to watch. Yes, it is 11 o'clock my time. I'm going to be getting up at 5:30. But yes, unfortunately, it's going to be a wrap up for myself tonight. It has been, a lot of fun, and it's been brilliant. So I hope you all have enjoyed it. Come on. So I'm just on. Oh, thank you so much, Bella. Thank you so much. Let's have a look. Who is that? I'll look at some space engineers, eh? Unfortunately, I've got a couple of my raging friends, but they're currently on something else. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to pass the torch over to another space engineer who's currently playing Raid Coaxial, not XCL, should I say? So he's going to play Space Engineer. Just go over and give him a big thumbs up shout. Like today, like who's come over today, which has been Halkan, and then later on it was Excalibur, who have been absolute massive helps. So before we finish up, I've been the Raging Furry, part of the Holy Rages. I thank you so much for joining me. It's been a lot of fun, and there will be some more Space Engineers content coming out because you guys seem to enjoy it, and I'm loving streaming it. So that is all from me tonight. See you guys next time round.
Finally, I can call you a twat.
Why?
Why not?
Fair enough. Oh, there's another bit of tooth that came out.
Name.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, how are you? What's up, Raiders?
Yeah, welcome everyone.
Demi-human werecat called Khajiit. Oh my god, that's amazing.